30 seconds until minions spawn.
Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Summer Playoffs Platinum Division. We're about to get into part 2. We had part 1 yesterday.
Yep.
We're on to part 2 of the Platinum Capped playoffs. As a reminder, the format was changed a little bit for Platinum, which essentially means that every team is going to play every other team a total of 3 times. And so there'll be no like two-way ties because you'll have played each other 3 times. Somebody has to win at least 2 of those, and then um, yeah, if there's a 3-way tie, your advantage comes in that we will revert to the original standings. So Oklahoma Platinum Rush coming in at the number 1 seed, they'll be take first. GSM at the number 2 seed will take second, and OU Platinum at number 3 seed will take third. We're already 4 games into the playoffs, and
5 remaining.
yeah, 5 remaining. As a note, Oklahoma Platinum Rush started off 0-2, dropping a game to both OU Platinum and GSM. GSM took the first game over OU Platinum, but then the last game of the day, they did drop a game to OGR, giving them their first win. We're about to see that game happen once again. Oklahoma Platinum Rush versus GSM for the third and final time. Let's jump into it. We're in Champ Select.
All right. So these teams just played in game 4, right?
Yes.
Yes. So
This
this
is the third time
this
they'll
is
have
the third
played.
time,
The
and
third
they
and
are
last
currently
time.
1-1 against each other.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So Morgana gonna be the band coming out from OGR against Sim.
Yeah, Silver Spade played that pretty well in a few times now against Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Darius going to be taken away from Sir Dustball. Did get a little bit out of control last time they played in.
Boy, Darius is just such a strong pick. Even honestly, not even when you get ahead, he could be strong like catching up too. Once you get, it
Exactly,
just
yeah.
comes down to how a team fight plays out for you as the Darius.
Yeah, definitely.
Hitting
is the
those
case.
resets, it doesn't matter.
Heimerdinger will be denied to Naked Beekeeper. Don't want to let him have that champion. It's a very powerful mage bottom laner, and he does play it quite well. Zoe, of course, is a staple ban against Oklahoma Platinum Rush with that pentakill under Dr. Giggles' belt.
Yep. And Dr. Giggles does so much work for his team when he's on the Zoe pick.
And
My
I think
goodness.
that Graves is going to be a good ban against GSM, considering how well Waldo plays the champion.
That's even been their first pick a couple of times they've been
Yeah.
on the blue side today is the Graves.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of priority on that.
And Xin Zhao will be removed from Ignopius's pool, but that will mean Oklahoma Platinum Rush get to pick up Swain as their first lock-in that could go into one of three positions, either top, mid, or bot. I anticipate it going to mid lane for Dr. Giggles, but they could always flex it. GSM now with their first rotation of picks. What are they going to opt for? Zerath or Seymour, something that he is obviously very comfortable on. So they lock in that mid lane. I guess either they're comfortable blind picking it or they anticipate the Swain going into the mid lane. Hope that that's a good matchup. Now Shen might be locked in for GSM as well. It is kind of Levi's staple champion. He plays it a lot, has had very good success with it, although the last game that they played, very difficult matchup against Sir Dustball's Darius, but that is no longer an option for OGR.
What is going to be the second round of picks for OGR?
I think they pick Trundle. Yeah, I was going to say they pick a jungler. I was going to say they pick a jungler, and based on Ignopius's history in this tournament, he's going to pick the Trundle. Zyra will be locked in at the support role for Hayabusa or OGR as well.
Like to do the aggressive bot lane. I mean, it's easy to be aggressed on as well when you're the Zyra, but have to see what GSM picks to really start to predict how that matchup will go.
Yeah, I think at this point GSM they have the not immediately, but well, we'll see if this Kayn works out because that looks like it's going to be locked in for Waldo, so GSM now still to pick up a bottom lane. But they have to make it through the next rotation of bans, which to me says Oklahoma Platinum Rush, you ban out things like Braum and Alistar, and GSM don't have a really good way of getting onto your Zyra. Rakan is always on the table, but it struggles against Zyra in the laning phase.
Right, they banned Zig, so they still must be in the mindset that Swain is going
mid.
Going mid.
Yeah,
Zig Zyra makes for such a good bot laner with Zyra. Yeah,
Zig Zyra is something that OGR play a lot as well. Trollor with that has opted a lot for those mages bottom lane. Kaisa going to be taken off the table for GSM, seeing as they have not yet locked in an AD carry. Now GSM, I think,
the last ban.
What do you ban here? Vlad?
Honestly, yeah, maybe Vlad.
Vladimir is what I would think, considering it's the other big mage. But it's going to be Lucian. So no Lucian Zyra, no high burst damage mid laner or ADC to worry about to go with that Zyra. Now,
So what do you think they're going to go for here in the bot lane to go with the Zyra?
I think with Vladimir still on the table, it would be something that that's something that I would think OGR wants to play. They'll take Pyke off the table as well from Silver Spade. So now GSM, they get their option. I think that they'll probably lock in support here. That's what I want to say they'll lock in.
If they have anything that they think could be a denial pick, maybe they go for it, but I'm not sure what that would be.
going to be Xayah will be the lock-in for Naked Beekeeper. So,
I remember he played that a good bit back before a lot of the meta shift,
Yeah.
especially.
and I guess, considering that Rakan is still open and OGR have already locked in a
Support. Can't
they
really...
don't have to worry about it being denied to them. If that's what Silver Spade wants to go for, which I think you should. I don't think Xayah is very good without the Rakan. But there's the Vladimir. We were just talking about it. Vladimir Zyra will be the bottom lane for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Now they need to lock in a top laner for Sir Dustball. Knowing what he's up against in that Shen. What do you think? Shen versus Sir Dustball could go for the Renekton. I think the Renekton is a pick that has worked for Oklahoma Platinum Rush in the past.
Shen usually does decently against Renekton. I mean, it's a matchup that can go either way, but
Well,
all right,
it's gonna be
Camille's coming out.
Camille.
Shen does decently against Camille as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
When
I
you
think
have
that
a champion that has so much either utility and or damage and something that's auto attack centered, a good Shen can use that Spirit's Refuge to really deny you a lot of your kit. Like when Renekton goes in for the stun, it's pretty transparent
yeah.
when he comes in on top of you. And if you're, careful with your Spirit's Refuge, and there's the Rakan.
There's the Rakan.
And if you're careful with your Spirit's Refuge, you can even kind of carry it with you, so you can move while being immune. So even if the Renekton's like, I'm gonna hold my autos, he's spending that whole time not autoing you. And if you can travel with it, you're gonna be able to get away from him before he's ever able to actually stun you anyway. So,
yep.
pretty decent way or pick into Renekton or Camille, who has so much damage, true damage even locked up into that auto proc, and the window for her to use that is the same, I think, as Spirit's Refuge. So
for the second one after the first.
Yeah, for the second one, because once you activate the first one, there's like a second and a half where you have to wait for it to
get
be up
the true
again.
damage.
Yeah, and then once it comes up again, you can do true damage. You have to activate it, and then it only lasts for about another second and a half before it fades off as well.
So these are the lineups. GSM and OTR are currently 1-1 against one another. This game will determine. I mean, it doesn't necessarily dictate anything, but it does determine which of them will win a tie between these two teams. We'll go ahead, skip over the spectator delay and the load screen, and jump into the game. Oklahoma Platinum Rush on the blue side up against GSM Gecko Slammer Armageddon on the red side. Now, I don't think either of these teams will go for an aggressive invade. Both of these teams have ways of winning the level 1. I think that overall GSM has a little bit of a better one. Vladimir doesn't do a whole lot at level 1. OGR look like they're trying to do something through that mid brush, but they'll just reveal themselves. Everyone gets pinged out. Levi's going for a little bit of trying to get a deep ward down, but he's just going to trade in onto Dustball. They both have shields to spam at one another.
Both teams just sort of hanging out near their jungle entrances. We've got some of them sort of clustered here in the top side, though. But they do see Rakan in the bot side. They did notice the enemy team across the river. They don't think that they're going for any sort of invasion of that top side.
Silver Spade.
Although, wait a minute.
Silver Spade with the Spell Thief's Edge as his starting item on that Rakan.
He's going for a little bit of poke onto Dustball. Doesn't get that Q. Makes them a little bit slower when they're walking away from you, as well as giving you bonus attack speed and damage on Q procs.
I think Spell Thieves on Rakan is probably not what you want against a Zyra lane, where you're probably not going to be able to as reliably.
Aggressive in the mid lane.
Not able to as reliably get those Spell Thieves procs. So you're losing out on a little bit of gold if you're not able to consistently get those procs off whenever they come up.
I don't think Kayn got a leash. A leash for the Kayn, the red buff.
Yeah, well, he started Raptors, actually.
Oh, you're right. He did start Raptors, which is a boon for Kayn, that he can just Q twice and kill the entire Raptor.
Yeah, it's pretty nice for Kayn. That means that he's already finished off 2 camps, whereas Ignopius is just now getting his second, which is going to be that top side Scuttle Crab.
Looks like he's heading top for an early gank, potentially.
Alright, so GSM hit their level 2 first. They're going to go ahead and push out Hayabusa and Trodelor. Dustball and Levi's. Oh, there's a good never move landing onto Seymour. We'll get the Vision of Empire. Dr. Giggles really aggressively harassing out Seymour. Silver Spade looking for a knockup somewhere. Not wanting to move too far forward without the help of Naked Beekeeper. This never move gonna land once again onto Seymour. Pulls him back in, but a good stun comes out. So he'll be able to back away. Silver Spade going for the knockup. Does land it onto Trodelor, but no follow-up damage. We'll just get a couple of those Spelthies procs as the Gleaming Quill comes through. Dustball really starting to pull ahead of Levi's as well. Is gonna push a big wave under the tower of Levi's. Seymour trying to push back against Dr. Giggles in that mid lane. Trodelord having to CS under tower now. Two lanes pushing in favor of OGR between mid and top. Dustball on all the meanwhile is looking to roam towards that mid lane. Maybe Hookshot will force out some summoners from Seymour. But you got Waldo on his way in there into that mid lane as well. Dr. Giggles doesn't know. He's going to get slowed up. The Arcane Comet comes through. The never move not going to connect the Vision of Empire neither as well. But the stun comes down. Waldo going to get in there. First blood goes over to Seymour. Xignopius is here, but he's not able to save him. Naked Beekeeper, meanwhile, going for the root, but a two-man grasping roots from Hayabusa as Silver Spade misses the Grand Entrance knockup. Will mean that GSM come out ahead on that trade as Trodelor is able to sustain himself back up with that transfusion. Dustball now getting aggressed on by Levi's. Levi's takes a fairly good trade, and here comes Waldo into the mid lane. Trodelor gonna flash away from the knockup from the Grand Entrance. Waldo with a couple early ganks forces out, gets a good kill off, as well as forcing the flash out of both Trodelor and Hayabusa. So now Waldo doing a really nice job in this game so far. Yeah. Silver Spade doing a pretty good job just getting these knockups off onto Trodelor and Hayabusa. Yeah, not for the other side. Ooh, good grasping root's gonna connect. Silver Spade's ignited. Summoner heal's gonna come out from Naked Beekeeper to keep him alive. Meanwhile, Levi's trading into Dustball does a very nice job on that trade. He does.
Oh my goodness, muted.
He does not have teleport up. He did just use it into the top lane, so that's why he does have it. Here's Ignopius coming in for a gank, flashing away Levi's.
He's just throwing out some taunts after escaping the gank.
Good job, Jack. Nice job unmuting your microphone.
My bad, my bad. Had a quick interruption in the stream. Forgot to turn it back on when I fixed it.
Okay, so looking up and down, pretty even across the board. Seymour, after getting that gank from Waldo, oh, hold on, Waldo gonna interrupt the recall. Trodelor is not gonna get jumped on. He doesn't have flash, if you remember. Gonna pop the Sanguine Pull, but Silver Spade gonna have the knockup ready, but a teleport from Dustball will dissuade the gank.
Alright, so teleport burned. That's solid. Camille still cancels it though. She was almost back to top lane anyway, but that means that Levi might have a lot of pressure soon. Just hit 6, has the ultimate, does have teleport up soon. He could be all over the map and back.
Yeah, and GSM take that advantage, and they'll go for the Infernal Drake. Ignopius, it looks like he's kind of okay. He's like, alright, we can't get this Infernal Drake. I'm going to go counter jungle the enemy red buff.
Alright, so they get a red buff, but that is an Infernal. A lot of value.
A lot of value for GSM now. Levi's looking for the taunt in, but that was his escape, and here comes Ignopius behind him. Levi's needs to get out of here. Frozen Domain gonna come out. There's the hook shot and the Hexacles that made him no escape whatsoever. Levi's will go down to Dustball.
Levi used his Spirit's Refuge there, but didn't actually block either side of the Q. He got Q'd, and then he used Spirit's Refuge, and then it ran out, and the 2.5 pass for Dustball to be able to use the second part.
Waldo will at the very least get the red buff on the other side of the map, but Ignopius did get off a successful gank onto Levi's. Now Levi's down a little bit of CS as well as that kill going over to Dustball.
He doesn't even opt to teleport to lane or anything. Just gonna walk back up there, clear out this wave. Camille backed off. You can just shove it back out, try to catch up and farm a little bit off of these 2 waves here that are crashing into top.
Total Lord just hit his level 6
teleport advantage.
Silver Spade backing away. He doesn't want to walk up as a level 4 Rakan against a level 6 Vladimir. Alright, but Hayabusa might be the focus here as here comes Waldo. Flash knockup comes in from Silver Spade, and Hayabusa's going down. Ignite used by Silver Spade.
That didn't even require either bot laner's ult there.
Yeah, really nice flash knockup from Silver Spade.
Flash knockup into just a lot of damage from Waldo and Beekeeper plus the Ignite, and that's how squishy the Zyra is. No ults necessary.
Yeah, this is how Zyra lanes go against a lot of these lower range supports. You just harass them and harass them. They get a little tired of it after a while, and they're like, alright, we have enough damage to kill you. Levi's going to trade in on Dust Ball, but the Shadow Dash is down, but he doesn't land the hook shot. He's going to try and stand united to get away. The Pillar of Ice comes through from Ignopius to break it. Levi's going to go down again.
Alright, I mean, a noble effort, but you gotta know that the Trundle's gonna be like...
So, I think if Levi's had just walked back towards his tower and made good use of the Spirit's Refuge, he could have made it out.
I think he might have been able to as well.
Because Dustball had just burned the hook shot, did not have Hextech Ultimatum, and Ignopius, he did use the Subjugate at the very least in that gang. Waldo going to come up here to try and push them off the tower, as well as Seymour roaming up. Teleport burn from Levi's into that top lane.
Alright, he doesn't really have any sort of advantage anymore, and Dustball's teleport's going to be up soon. Dustball's ultimate also almost back up if it's not already. A little bit hard to tell with that icon and the way cooldown show on these screens, but that will make for a pretty effective teleport gank if he can make it happen in the bot lane. Need his bot lane's help though to get maybe a slightly deeper ward.
Ignopius going to be found here by Waldo as well as Seymour. The stun going to come out. Ignopius throws out the Pillar of Ice. Actually, that triggers the pull from Dr. Giggles, the Vision of Empire. Seymour pops the stopwatch. Here's the Demonic Ascension. They taunt up Ignopius. He's got no Subjugate. He's not very tanky. Umbral Trespass going to come through. Waldo going to pick him up. Right of the Arcane now coming down. Dr. Giggles flashes away to safety as Dustball comes in to back him up. Ignopius bites up a little bit more than he can chew.
Alright, so both mid laners lose their flashes, and a kill is picked up on Ignopius.
Levi's not going to take a very good trade against Dustball, but the Spirit's Refuge is going to come through as he will take that second precision protocol. The Dustball take a tower shot as he hook shots under tower.
You just got to really start to pay attention to the timing, or maybe he's just not as familiar with what Camille's timings are. Played the champion much.
Yeah, but a fairly large lead starting to develop between Dustball and Levi's. 2 kills as well as a sizable CS lead. Over 20 now in favor of Dustball. A little bit of a rough time for Levi's for the next
2
lane
successful
phase.
Ganks really sets you back, and he's had to burn all of his globals.
Oh,
too.
Waldo coming into the bottom lane again as he goes forward. The Rakambo comes down. The Hemoplague dropped. Hayabusa flashes away to safety, and Turtle Lord gets the Sanguine Pull, but there's the Grasping Roots. Stranglethorns come out. Waldo's ignited, but he will pick up Hayabusa before he falls. A teleport comes in from Dustball as Ignopius comes to try and turn it around. It's a 1-for-1 as Hayabusa does end up falling to Waldo before he dies.
For all 5 members being there, because though Swain wasn't there, he did get to throw down his Vision of Empire to assist a bit. But for all 5 members sort of being there, that was pretty good. Turned it into a 1-for-1 and got 2 members out. So that's going to be nice for Shin to be able to catch up in CS a little bit, get a little bit of pressure up here in the top side. It looks like Xerath did rotate down to clear this out to keep bot lane tower from going down. So honestly, pretty good. Oh no, I was going to say pretty good series of events there.
Levi's doesn't do a whole lot of damage
anyway.
to that tower, unfortunately. So, and he will not be able to put too much pressure down.
Built Triforce on Shin.
Yes, when it was good, when it was like kind of
once
the
upon
thing.
a time.
Oh no, Seymour is going to face check into Ignopius, gets pulled in by the Never Move. There it is, Vision of Empire going to come down. He gets some shields from the Stand United and from the Battle Dance, but is it enough? It looks like it is. No, the Ignite and the Subjugate will be enough. Ignopius gets a big heal from that King's Tribute, and GSM will lose 1-0.
And it looked like they were so close to saving him, but like you said, Ignite plus that, I forget what his ultimate's called, actually.
Subjugate. I don't think it was actually Subjugate. I was wrong. I think it might have been Skirmish or Saber Burn.
Oh, just the burn from Red Smite plus the Ignite?
Yeah.
Looks like Giggles did use Ignite. You're right, you're right. A lot of damage from Ignite and Red Smite. Dang.
Omega Platinum Rush with a numbers advantage now in this area. Want to go for this dragon as Ignopius is on his way in here. Nevermove going to connect onto Silver Spade, pulls him back in. He actually gets pulled out of his battle dance by the hook shot, and Hayabusa will take him down. Yeah, just Oklahoma Platinum Rush, a lot of tools to pick people up between Grasping Roots and Nevermove. That'll mean they're going to have position and control of the Infernal Drake. GSM want to fight for it. Waldo is in the area, but doesn't look like they will. They'll back away from it. Let Oklahoma Platinum Rush have this one.
Alright, just heading back down towards the bot lane. OGR evens up the Infernal Drakes.
Yeah, gold is
Pretty awesome
dead
for them.
even right now.
Either team is taking a tower. Both teams have Infernal Drake, and kills are pretty close to being essentially the same. So, very even game at this point.
Now, look at the discrepancy, though, between Waldo and Ignopius. 94 CS to 69. Waldo is having a lot of impact on the map, and he's also quite a bit ahead of Ignopius in terms of farm. Just a lot of efficiency coming out of the GSM jungler for all the games we've seen him to this playoffs. I think that I've definitely said it before. I find myself repeating myself a lot. But I think that Waldo is one of the key players for GSM. Whether he does well kind of reflects how well GSM does as a team.
Live or die by the Waldo.
Yeah. Dr. Giggles does have a Rod of Ages in his inventory. Doesn't have any stacks on it yet, but that will be stacking up fairly soon for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Looking to hit one of those big item spikes. Ball building himself towards the Trinity Force. They will find a control ward in the enemy jungle as they go for the invade. Silver Spade.
Still, yeah, it's just pretty chill at the moment. There was a decent bit of fighting earlier on, but everybody seems to have settled a little bit.
Oh, don't face check here, Levi's.
No,
Levi's gets jumped on. Hextech Ultimatum going to come through the Pillar of Ice. That's a good Spirit's Refuge, blocking up a lot of auto attack damage, but it's not going to be enough to save him. Ignopius just tanking the tower with a Subjugate.
And I think just how passive everybody was getting across the map lulled him into a sense of security. Face checks the bush, but Ignopius and Dustball just happened to be walking towards that same bush. Unlucky for Levi's.
Feels real bad.
And well timed by Ignopius and Dustball.
As a result, that's Levi's down once again. Waldo is up in that top lane ready to hold the wave off.
Can he, though?
I think he can. Without Subjugate, it's not like they can dive Waldo. He does a lot of damage, but he's going to get the Stand United as Ignopius is going to take a lot of damage. Here he comes. The Umbral Trespass comes out. He flashes too early. Ignopius going to run out with the Frozen Domain. A flash knockup from Waldo will get the shutdown. Takes him down. Dustball now is in trouble. They're not going to go for the dive. Really nicely done by GSM.
In that situation, had Waldo, instead of walking towards Dustball, actually walked towards the wall, he could have blocked Sir Dustball's escape. Dustball would have had to change the angle to the point where he would have just been going back to the middle of the lane with his E. He did have flash, though, so probably getting out no matter what there, but could have done a little bit more to try and stop.
Look, Naked Beekeeper with a very early Mercury's Treads, delaying his Storm Razor for a little bit of tenacity, a little bit of resistance. Is a good never move in Division of Empire from Dr. Giggles. Will put down a decent chunk of damage onto Seymour, but the Rift Herald going over to GSM. Waldo picking that one up.
Just kind of doing lad things.
Yep.
You can see that, like, Hayabusa knows that if he gets too close, he dies. So he is sitting well behind the Vladimir, who just is sitting here trying to poke
another never move gonna land. There's the Vision of
Seymour.
Empire, and the shotgun comes out. Dr. Giggles forcing the flash out of Seymour. Here's Trotolor and Hayabusa just bush baiting, looking for Naked Beekeeper and Silver Spade to face check into him. Seymour trying to clear the way from safety as best he can. Trotolor coming in with the Spellbinder and the Predator. Here's the Rakan ultimate coming out, but he's rooted in place. He's going to get the Stranglethorns out and dodge away onto Naked Beekeeper. Doesn't get a root off, but Waldo will come in with a knockup, forcing the flash out. Levi's gonna have to give up this tower. Tower first blood going over to Dustball and Ignopius as they just forced Levi's back.
Ignopius just
Here
keeps
we go.
coming.
Waldo
Here
gonna
we
get
go.
found by a Never Move from Dr. Giggles, but he is matching the levels of his solo laners.
Ignopius just keeps coming top, and though Waldo has come top a time or two successfully, Ignopius has just been top way more often, and it's just sort of snowballed against Levi, finding himself a good chunk of CS down at this point.
30 plus CS down is Levi's, and he just really cannot deal with this pressure.
And here they come again!
Yeah, he's gonna come in, the hookshot gonna land, he's gonna get the Hexacultimanium. Levi's throws up the Spirit's Refuge, will stall out for a bit, but Dustball holds onto the Precision Protocol. Waldo gonna try and make something happen, but Dr. Giggles flashing away from the stun. Oklahoma
Just
Platinum
camping
Rush.
him so hard and making so much happen in the top lane.
Oh, Hayabusa does get a Grasping Roots. They pull in Waldo. The Never Move going to connect. He's going to need to use the Umbral Trespass if he has it. There it is. But Dr. Giggles throws out the Demon Flare. Is Waldo going to be able to make it out? That's a huge heal he just got. And Dr. Giggles already burned a burst. Grasping Roots going to connect the right of the Arcane. Not going to. Waldo going to get the kill anyway. As Dustball now jumping in onto Seymour, but he got stunned up as the Battle Dance shield's coming out. Waldo now trying to find Hayabusa. He's already burned all his CC and burst as well. But now he's got to get out as Ignopi is coming in, but he's going to have the Shadow Step. Will be able to make it.
Dash?
Oh no, he
does!
failed the flash. He needs to use his E, but he doesn't get it. The cooldown wasn't there, I guess. And they will pick him up. Finally, the shutdown onto the jungler of GSM.
I was just sitting there, I was like, is he gonna dash over the wall? But right as he starts dashing, up comes that Trundle Pillar as well.
Yeah, I don't know if the Trundle Pillar actually broke him out of the dash or if he just failed the dash and then
Oh,
the
it makes
pillar
the
came
wall
up.
thicker.
No, because he was like between the wall and the pillar.
Oh, okay.
I also think that he was on the not the thinnest part of the Baron pit.
Mhm.
So I don't know if he could even have made
Made
that
it out
queue
at all.
over.
Gotcha.
The thinnest part is the part like up to the northeast corner of the Baron pit. It's just like
Northeast corner.
man. Northeast, if we're assuming that the map is
Yeah.
northeast, southwest, right?
Hey, maybe they don't even use northeast conventions. Any sorts of cardinal directions.
True.
Or maybe
There-
their Earth
that-
is, or
that's
maybe
the-
their world is just flat.
No, see, that's the problem. That's why maps need to have a compass rose so that you have a point of reference. This map does not, so we have no way of knowing.
Yeah, it's always irked me that it's kind of like a square. I would just love it to be a little more circular sometimes, but it's okay.
Well, I mean, it's not like Summoner's
I
Rift
know.
is a planet, right?
I know.
Oh, Levi's taking a vision of Empires. Here comes Ignopius, throws out the Pillar of Ice, but the Rift Herald dropped into the bottom lane by Waldo. Here comes Seymour to try and back him up. Silver Spade going to get pushed back a little bit. Rift Herald coming in, Grasping Root's going to connect as the Stranglethorns are thrown down as well, but the Rift Herald cannot be stopped in its charge.
Bad timing.
Ignopius now
Trying
going to
to
find
CC him.
Waldo,
Uh-oh.
face
Here
checking
comes
into
Subjugate.
him, but here's the Recombo coming out. It does knock up Trotolor. Ignopius taking a lot of damage. He's going to get the Subjugate, but the Umbral Trespass coming through. Ignopius going to flash, get away. He missed it. Waldo now turning his attention on the Hayabusa, who pops the stopwatch, but I don't think it's going to save him. The knockup and the burst come out from Seymour. Here's the right of the Arcane, and Trotolor and Dr. Giggles might have roamed a little bit too close. Trotolor going to pop the thing we pull. Waldo does get the knockup onto Dustball. Here's the Saiyan United from Levi's coming in. Knockup going to get onto Dustball, but the taunt will not. The Vision of Empire slowing up GSM's advance. Dustball will hookshot out to safety, but GSM now turning onto the Ocean Drake.
That's pretty clean by Waldo. He also juked what on any other champion, not any other champion, most other champions would be a guaranteed E-pull.
Dustball getting a
gets
good
baited.
hook shot off, which means Dr. Giggles was able to yoink him in, and there's just so much damage coming out of that Trinity Force Dustball has.
But yeah, so Waldo was able to juke Swain's E by going into the wall just enough to avoid it, and then closing the gap for a nice knockup on the two of them afterward.
Yeah, Waldo's doing really well, but unfortunately, the top side for OGR is very much stronger than its opposite number. Levi is just getting so denied, and Ignopi is paying so much attention to that top side. Just came up just to force Levi's to leave several times.
Yeah, the number of times that Ignopius has been up there has really set Dustball up for success this game. And poor Levi is on the poor end of it. gonna have to try and get as much farming and side lanes in as he can to try and catch back up, which fortunately he's a Shin. So that is in the cards.
He's always
for him.
got his utility in the form of Stand United, and he'll be able to split push for the most part.
Yeah, decent split push, decent peel with the Spirit's Refuge. And he's got the ability to split push where Camille might have to either have teleport or be closer to the fight. Or be prepared to interrupt him at all costs.
I'm a little bit surprised that Ignopius is opting to go for Trinity Force as a second item on Trundle. Very much the standard that we see a lot is the Trundle picking up the early Tiamat and then picking up the Cinder Hulk, which Ignopius has not done this game.
And I just wonder how much of the slight gold lead that OGR has at the moment is in this Camille alone.
Has to be a lot.
It has to be a very large portion of it. So, I mean, in the 4v4, Camille and Shin aside, GSM should be stronger.
Yes.
Yes. If Camille and Shin are over in a side lane doing their own thing,
Yeah,
the
considering
4v4
how
should be
strong
at GSM's.
considering how strong Waldo is, definitely should be the 4v4 in favor of GSM. And here comes Waldo. Wow, the immediate respect flash coming out from Dr. Giggles. But here comes Ignopius. Silver Spade going to be able to battle dance out to safety.
Camille's... Oh, wait a minute. Zaya's in the bot lane with Camille. That's not safe.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not the safest situation. Waldo going to get yoinked in. They're just trying to push this wave in. Here comes Trottler. Actually, he Spellbinders in. Seymour gonna get the Hemoplague, but he just gets CC'd in the tower. Beautiful stun coming out from, and the Recombo in. Waldo goes in with the Umbral Trespass, takes down Hayabusa right to the Arcane now. Knock up on the Dr. Giggles. His Naked Beekeeper will claim himself a kill.
Wow, so clean. 3 kills immediately. Trottler doesn't even get the chance to pull. Gets chain CC'd. Ignopius might go down,
yeah.
and so
Ignopius
does this tower
needs to be
does.
careful.
Here comes Dust Ball,
Subjugate is
though.
available, but Waldo taking a lot of damage. He's going to get a heal up, but there's so much peel coming out of Silver Spade, and they're able to take him down. Ignopius now in the middle of 3 members of GSM, going to get flash jumped on by Waldo. A double kill to Silver Spade will throw out the Gleaming Quill, and that'll be the ace for GSM.
Wow, such good fighting and such good peeling for Waldo there at the end as well. Heal comes out. He jumps in the wall, gets even more healing. Hits him with some more abilities. He is Rost. The healing is kind of obscene sometimes.
And look at that.
he lasts
All
through
the
fight.
while, Levi's picks up that tower in the top lane finally. And GSM now find themselves 4 towers to 2 with a 4,000 gold lead. Waldo's doing really well this game, and everyone else is playing very well around him. It all started when Trottler runs in with Predator and Spellbinder trying to blow up Seymour. Seymour flashes away, throws the stun out, gets him under tower, and then they're like, hey, let's kill this guy. Silver Spade combos onto him. There's no chance for him to pull between all the burst coming out from GSM and the tower shots supplementing that.
Yeah, I mean, some late game Vladimirs have decently tanky builds, but at this stage in the game, he has no HP or resistances. I think those might be Merc Dreads. That might be some MR. But he's got no HP or real significant resistances anywhere in this, so he's still a very squishy little mage.
I think a lot of the members of OGR are a little bit farther forward than they ought to be, going for more aggressive plays than they're capable of taking. And GSM has really capitalized and punished them for it. They are doing really well and on the verge of taking the 2-1 lead over Oklahoma Platinum Rush. I say on the verge. I mean well on their way towards taking the 2-1 lead over Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Waldo and the rest of GSM all moving together, clearing out some vision around the Baron pit. Dr. Giggles moving forward, just using the Vision of Empire to try and secure some semblance of knowledge of where the rest of GSM are. Levi's in the bottom lane, though, up against Dustball, still cannot take that 1v1 very effectively. Waldo is absolutely massive right now. He's the highest level in the game, next to Sir Dustball. Ignopius down 2 levels to Waldo's Kane right now. But Levi's really is going to have a rough time up against Sir Dustball. They need to take the 4v4 that they can win. Waldo looking for Dr. Giggles is going to get onto him, but Trottler's here as well. He throws in the knockup. Will just be able to back away. Actually turns his attention onto Trottler. Silver Spade comes in, and they'll say, never mind, we don't want it. They really do need to either help.
Qs hurt.
Yeah, they really need to either help Levi's out or force a 4v4 where they can win it. Waldo's just fishing for those knockups where he can find them. Now GSM look to be heading in. The Grasping Root's going to connect as well as the Stranglethorns, but Waldo gets the Stand United. The knockup comes in on the Silver Spade, but Waldo hasn't taken any real damage yet. Dr. Giggles is the one who's in trouble as the Shadow Step comes through. Dr. Giggles pops the Demonic Ascension, but here comes the Elbow Trespass. He's ignited, and that's a kill for Seymour. Here's the combo, but he got caught by the Grasping Roots immediately. Chortler Sanguine pulls away from the charm. They cannot close any CC onto them. Only Dr. Giggles has gone down, and GSM not able to find any more.
Right, well, so while that is a bummer that several members of OGR get away, they are at least getting themselves a dragon.
The Infernal Drake will go over to GSM almost certainly. Ignopius not having no flash, no way of getting into the pit. Double Infernal for GSM.
So looking good for GSM still at the moment. Almost 4K in the lead, up 2 towers, up 2 dragons, and now it looks like they're turning their sights on Baron buff. And again, if Camille's not in a fight, it's even a bigger gap between GSM and OGR.
Yeah, Levi's, at this point, he's a Stand United bot. Oh, Waldo has found Chortler. Going to be a lot of damage coming out. Does Sanguine pull away the knockup as here comes the rest of OGR. Now they're in a bad spot. Umbral Trespass going to be Zanya's by Chortler. A jump on and kill off Silver Spade, and Waldo just has to run out with a Shadow Step, but they're going to follow with a hook shot. Everyone on OGR's here. 2 picks go over to OGR.
Alright, so it started as a potential pick onto Chortler. Ends up getting 2 members of GSM picked for nothing.
Yeah,
and they're going to go
including
straight
their
to the bear.
bed jungler. There's no smite and no strength to team fight on the side of GSM available right now, but Hayabusa flashing in onto Seymour will force his flash out. That means that Rite of the Arcane going to come out, but he gets broken by the Stranglethorns. That's going to be, looked like the Baron going over to Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Fastball getting a low, going to back out of the pit a bit. Here comes some blue wards to provide vision.
Yeah, but no one on GSM going to come in there, not even going to try. Oklahoma Platinum Rush all of a sudden get a Baron. Now they're only just about 1,000 gold behind.
And so they've kind of closed that gap almost immediately after it was created.
Now Waldo getting a little bit getting a little bit ambitious, trying to kill off Chortler. He's very much the gold lead for GSM, but he's gone for a very tanky build on Rust, which is not wrong, but you're not able to pick off people nearly as effectively as if you were Lethality, Shadow Assassin Kane, just running in and blowing someone to bits. Silver Spade gonna be spotted out on a ward. Baron buff on 5 members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
And that Baron buff is making things a little bit tricky, even though they have pretty good wave clear with Zaya and Xerath.
Waldo gonna be found by Dustball and Ignopius. There's the Subjugate coming out. Hextech Ultimatum. Umbral Trespass will stall for a little bit. He flashes, gets the Stand United, but I don't think it's going to be enough to save him. Dustball gets a kill. Silver Spade has the Hemoplague on. Flash forward from Chortler, doing a lot of damage. The Hemoplague will pop and take down Silver Spade. Redemption not going to come in to save Seymour. As the teleport from Levi's, he taunts up Chortler, but he's able to break the tower aggro. Levi's now in a bad spot. The Stranglethorns knock them both up. Levi's is going to go down. Naked Beekeeper in the backside got shredded by plants. It's the ace for Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Wow, and they pick up an ace, and they can't really take this tower because they're already behind another one. They've got a large wave in the bot lane. They still have Baron buff, so it looks like they're going to pick up... Yeah, okay, Camille's teleporting to the bot lane. She's going to pick up maybe a tower or 2 down there. They're going to pick up a tower or 2 here. Probably 2 towers here in the mid lane. It's going to be a really big swing with that ace and all these towers for OGR.
Yeah, 2 times now, Waldo caught out of position, focused on by 2 or more members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, and then the team fight just breaks out around them, but with GSM constantly down more than 1 person.
Right, now the respawns are starting to come in. Beekeeper and Levi still have a few seconds to go.
Waldo's trying to get in there. They have very low health bars on the side of Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Here comes the Rite of the Arcane. The Recombo not going to be up because they already used the Stranglethorns to break it. Chortler going to go down. Hayabusa is very low, and Waldo not going to continue the chase. The inhibitor goes down in the bottom lane. No one there to stop Dustball.
Alright, so they did send the members that respawn straight to mid to defend, and they are able to pick up a kill, but they lose 2 towers and an inhibitor in the bot lane to this Camille. She's got Triforce, she's got those Qs. It gives her so much damage against towers, being able to Q and have that delay be exactly the delay of Triforce. It's very convenient, makes it pretty quick, makes her a champion that can make quick work of these, as well as the Ravenous for the ability to push faster.
Yep. Dr. Giggles now getting to that point where Swain does a lot of damage. Although most of this, it's just Sir Dustball getting so strong. Levi's is kind of left out to dry a little bit by GSM, and all of us, and that means that Dustball gets free time with these side lane towers, is able to put a lot of pressure on GSM, and they're not able to respond. They can't force the fights. Silver Spade is constantly being denied his recombo by the grasping roots from Hayabusa.
Yeah, and good on Hayabusa doing that. I mean, that's what Desire is there for. Sit in
Yeah.
the back and try and peel. Maybe facilitate a good engage with your ultimate if you can get close enough to do it without dying.
Oakham Platinum Rush just skulking around the jungle, waiting for some
This is
unfortunate sap to
no.
face check.
Oh, checks the bush.
Seymour's like, I smell a bush, babe.
Wow, and that poke there all actually chunks Hayabusa for pretty
Fair
much.
amount of damage.
Yeah, like getting close to half of the health off of the Ludens of the Q there.
GSM, they still have the potential for a team fight if they can properly get off a Rakan ultimate.
The demon is always in the detail.
Yeah, there's a lot of mages and squishy champions over on the side of OGR. It's definitely a possibility to get some wombo if they start to stand
Yeah,
too
but
close.
they just sent Naked Beekeeper back to deal with that wave building in the bottom lane.
Uh-oh.
GSM have to defend 5v4. Knockout comes through onto Ignopius, but he's gonna just be there to advance forward, push GSM back away so Dustball can get some alone time with the tower. Tower falls in the mid lane due to the push from Trodelor. Ignopius gonna come in to try and help him take the inhibitor a little bit faster. Nothing that GSM can do. They're gonna lose the inhibitor. Well, no, not yet. They're gonna go to the combo. Gonna be stopwatched up by Trodelor. Redemption gonna come down. They taunt him up as soon as he comes back out. Trodelor's down. There's the Ignopius being focused out, but Dustball in the back line gets the Hexacle domain of a heal attempt from Silver Spade. The feathers come through. Dr. Giggles has already taken down Seymour, however. Now Naked Beekeeper's in trouble. Dustball on a killing spree as he rips him into shreds. Silver Spade gonna get flashed on, taken down by that Trinity Force Precision Protocol. Levi's is also down, and Waldo has nothing left. They're gonna hookshot onto him, and they might be able to pick him up. He gets a 2-man knockup, but he's ignited, and Dustball just blows him up. That is it, the ace for OGR.
And with that ace coming in, as well as all these minions being here in the base, and super minions, and several good tower-taking champions,
That should
that's
be the
going
game.
to be, yeah, that's
Yep.
gonna be the game.
Oh, from behind, Oklahoma Platinum Rush get a few picks onto key members of GSM, take a Baron, and they are now ahead in the tiebreaker over GSM.
All right, so who do we have playing next? I believe it's OGR and OU?
Yes, it would be Oklahoma Platinum Rush continuing to play. They have 2 matches now against OU. They find themselves now 2-2 with a tiebreaker guaranteed over GSM. So we'll
Right.
jump into those games after a short break. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in just a little bit. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Summer Playoffs. We are getting into game number 6 of Platinum Division Playoffs. These next two games will both be between Oklahoma Platinum Rush and OU Platinum. At the end of it all, we'll know that'll be all of Oklahoma Platinum Rush's games after the next two. They currently sit at 2-2 with one loss to OU. So
If OU can win the next two, the GSM could still potentially take it all by winning their last two games against OU.
Yeah.
If OGR wins these next two, then they do secure themselves first place, and then OU and GSM will play their two remaining games against each other to determine who comes in second place.
And the other possibility is OU wins one, Oklahoma Platinum Rush wins one, and then there's some weird scenarios that can happen, but I think at most of them Oklahoma Platinum Rush ends up being the number one seed. It all depends on how OU versus GSM ends up going.
Yes.
But we will leave that for later and jump into Champions Select for the first of these next few games.
All right.
These two teams have only met once so far. OU taking the victory. So Rakan will be.
Rakan coming out makes sense.
I'm surprised that they want to ban that on blue side. I think that it's if
Strong
they
enough to.
Yeah, if they want to deny it to OU, then first picking it would be viable, and then they could potentially force OU to be the ones who ban that away, and that
Gotcha.
removes the ban from OU and opens up another ban for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. But
Well, let's see what their first pick ends up being. given if they were like, maybe we could do this in first pick Zoe or something. And I'm like, I don't know why you wouldn't assume that would be banned at this
Yeah.
point, but
Lucian going to be removed from Lotus's
makes
list of
sense
available
as well.
champions.
Yeah, Lotus has shown a lot of proficiency on that champion. And that's one of the few 80 carries who have, kind of remained relevant / meta, at least in solo queue, despite all the changes.
OU now with a second ban coming out from Camille. They saw what Dustball did in that last game, and they're like, okay, wait, maybe not.
He just fares so well on the champions like Renekton, Darius, Camille. Those
He's very bruisery.
yeah, those bruiser fighter characters.
Irelia gonna be removed from Shroom Bear now. That's an interesting ban I wasn't expecting to see, but I guess respectable enough in Oklahoma Platinum Rush's eyes. They will ban it away from Shroom Bear.
And despite all the nerfs, Aurelia's still a good champion. Not as OP, maybe, as she once was, but
And
still
they'll
good.
ban the Udyr away from Ignopius. That's also a little bit of a surprise. I understand not wanting to play against it, but Ignopius plays Trundle and Xin Zhao, which I think are a little bit higher priority champions in the jungle.
Yeah, and in those last couple games in Champions, like we definitely saw them decide to favor the Trundle when the Zen was the only jungle pick banned.
Yeah. So they'll lock in the Swain as their first pick once again. Very likely to go over to Dr. Giggles. That's where it's gone the last two times. Oklahoma Platinum Rush first pick the Swain.
Yeah,
OU,
I
they
don't.
get
I
to-
think that Dr. Giggles does well with the Swain, but at the end of the day, I actually think he performs better on some of the other champions we've seen them on, even aside from Zoe. I think he does better on the champions that are a little bit more. Not, I mean, most mid laners are sort of glass cannons, but I think he tends to do better on those higher damage champions.
Braum is going to be locked in again with Rakan off the table. Braum is probably the highest priority support that I can think of. So that'll be going over to Piplup. They'll take the Trundle out of Ignopius' hands as
That's
well,
a good decision.
putting that in the hands of Water Bear. So I imagine that they'll probably put Ignopius on Xin Zhao, right?
Yeah, I think that they probably are gonna. Yep, and there
Yeah.
it is. I think they're probably gonna pick that. When Zed gets banned, they pick Trundle, and I think if they're both banned, they go Udyr. Udyr and Trundle are off the table. OU's probably like, we're okay with him having the Xin Shao pick here.
All right, so Xin Zhao locked in for Ignopius now. Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Wow, the Zyra
again.
putting that much emphasis on the Zyra pick for Hayabusa. Braum is locked in for OU, but they will not have the Lucian to combo with it, and they can just like over and over kill the Zyra every time they land a winner's bite. But now OU, they get to pick something up for themselves. What do? The Swain is almost all but guaranteed to go into that mid lane, so they could pick a mid laner up here, but oh, Yasuo. Who's that going to? Is that going to Skulldin or Lotus?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is not
I
at
was
all
about to
something
say
I
Skolden, but
This is not at all something I expected out of OU. But they will lock it in, confident with that Yasuo. Yasuo goes very well with both Braum and Trundle. Both have fairly good ways of triggering the knockup. Now they'll ban away Renekton, trying to pinch away Dustball's champion pool. They already banned the Camille. They banned the Renekton.
think they're gonna go
Probably
Darius
see we
next?
ban the Darius, yeah.
Yeah. I think if they go for the Renekton, I'd go for the Darius, because I think we have seen Dustball prioritize Darius and Camille over the Renekton, at least lately, despite playing Renekton most of the time it was available during the regular season.
So the Xerath ban would suggest that the Yasuo is going bot, right? At least that's the way
At least
Oklahoma
that's the way
Platinum
OGR,
Rush
yeah. At
think
least
it
that's the
is.
way. They're probably OPGing the crap out of their opponents right now, and maybe they see that the mid laner Skolden has no experience on the Yasuo, and they think
Wow.
it's going to either maybe Shroom Bear or Lotus.
So they instead opt
Oh,
to ban
Mundo.
Dr. Mundo.
They're okay with the Darius pick. Maybe that means Yasuo's going top.
Well,
Yasuo
that
does-
sounds awful.
I mean, Yasuo actually does decently against
No,
the Darius. Yeah,
destroys Yasuo.
he does okay.
No, he doesn't. Darius
I
destroys
might,
Yasuo.
in my experience, I've seen them do pretty well.
Are you like bad at Darius, Jack?
No, I'm not bad at Darius. You've
'Cause-
seen me play it against some teams through the season. I had my moments,
Because
but
Darius destroys Yasuo in lane.
in the early, in the early game
in
for
like
sure. But
basically
towards
all phases of the game.
towards the end of the game, Yasuo's damage and CC is high enough he can avoid proccing the heals and actually can put out quite a bit of damage to Darius, who's only got a little bit of armor and a lot of HP.
All right, send in your opinions. Does Darius destroy Yasuo? Put it in the comments of our Facebook post or something. I don't know if you're watching. OU gonna lock in the Vel'Koz, so the Yasuo is indeed either going top or bot. That Vel'Koz will go over to Skolden. They banned the Xerath, but they left open the other artillery mage that he does like to play, the Vel'Koz.
All right, so probably going to see what here? Darius and maybe Vlad.
Vladimir would make sense. The Ziggs, though, is also open, and I definitely think the OKLCS Platinum Rush like the Ziggs Zyra, but they'll go
They're
for the
going with what they
Vladimir.
liked last game. Yeah, I think he must have felt good on it after last game. Just gonna keep riding with it. Might as well. Ain't fit or broke, don't fix it.
I think the
And
the
there's the
Darius is going
Darius,
to come
like we
through.
talked about.
When you don't ban it and you ban Renekton and Camille not available, so he's like, well, I will get the Darius.
Yep.
I really am surprised to see that Mundo ban, but
I wonder if it's just like flooded as OPGG, or if they're just like Mundo's just ridiculously OP in our eyes. But let's not deal with it.
yeah, but they had the option to pick it.
Pick it as well.
Yeah. What?
Kali, this is pre-rework,
Ooh.
right?
This is pre-rework.
Pre-rework, a Kali. All right, Lotus taking the Yasuo in the bot lane with the Braum makes sense.
So Akali in the top lane for Shroombear. This is not the era where top lane Akali is overpowered. I also think that it has a very weak early game and is going to die over and over to Sir Dustball's Darius.
Yeah, Akali struggles for quite a while unless she can get ahead, and that's why she likes to be, mid lane where there's champions that are squishy and she can burst them.
Either Akali is going to get 0 CS, or she's going to die over and over to Sir Dustball. One of those two things is going to happen. But we will see once we get into the game. We get to skip over the spectator delay and jump into that game. This is a very perplexing champion select from OU, in my opinion. But I think Braum Yasuo can do very well in this bottom lane up against Vladimir Zyra. Windwall will negate the grasping roots, and that's really all you have to worry about from early game Vladimir. And so, I think if OU plays this appropriately aggressively enough, they'll win bottom lane.
All right, OGR fanning out, OU fanning out. It looks actually very pretty. Just watching both teams just straight to those entrances.
Just fan.
Just fan out.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
This ball already going to look for Shroombear. All I need is my W and a bunch of autos, and I can probably kill you.
Yeah, between Ghost and Flash and W autos, you can just kill them. What is
Shroombear took Conqueror.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
This enemy team is not very tanky.
Yeah, I do wonder the rationale behind the Conqueror pickup on Shroombear's Akali. I don't understand at all, actually.
I don't know either.
You're like trying to theory craft it in our heads right now, and we're just like,
I know. I guess you're just like, well, they've got, I don't know, 3 champions that heal, and I'm a magic dealer, like incoming Spirit Visage, but like,
at Dr. Giggle's landing, never move on
I
to
don't think
Skolden.
that would be worth it.
Yeah. All right. But Lignopius taking his red buff and Water Bear on his blue buff. They're just starting on the bottom side of the map. Golden getting down an early ward to see if Ignopi's going to come in that top side. Never move going to land. He'll yoink him in. Lance in the brush just pushing back bottom lane of OU. Lotus going to come up forward, just stab Trodelore in the face. Steel Tempest animation's actually really cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Now Skolden actually taking a lot of damage, got yoinked in a couple of times, and Dr. Giggle's just landing more and more of those yoinks and never moves. Trodelore and Hayabusa do successfully hit their level 2 first and push back Lotus and Piplup. Shroombear gonna use the invisibility, get a trade in onto Dustball as best he can. Just happy to see us here. They're doing fine, they say. Hayabusa skulking around in the brush. Lotus gonna throw out a knockup, not gonna connect it. He's gonna come forward, throws out the Q. Just harassing down Lotus and Piplup. And Shroombear down 13 CS already. Kind of what you expect. To see if Water Bear making his way up there could turn the tables. Between the two of them, if they can appropriately slow and put down damage onto Dustball, they could very easily pick up a kill if they do that appropriately. Piplup and Lotus just getting harassed out by these plants. The Unbreakable invested on those. I'm not sure about that one. It is a very long cooldown, but here we go. A gank into the top lane. The slow comes out from Water Bear. The Pillar of Ice going to be flashed over by Dustball. That'll be the Summoner burn by the top laner of Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Meanwhile, Skolten taking a lot of harass in this mid lane. Some knockups on the minion waves. The Wind Wall will come out to break the
Oh, but
grass
it doesn't
roots.
block the plants.
Yeah.
A lot of poke onto Lotus there. Just trying to CS without while dodging the Zyra as best as he can. Shroombear already falling behind a bit in CS, but trying to poke Dustball. It's actually doing
that's a good
decent job,
apprehend
but here
coming
comes
in.
a
Dustball
return
gonna get a
trade.
heal
Oh,
off.
flash! Just
Wow.
flash right there. It's like, I'm caught. I'm
That
dead
is a
unless I
very
flash.
respectful flash, but here we go. Ignopius going back in onto Water Bear's Hayabusa.
Whoa.
Did get off the Grasping Roots. The Unbreakable not able to stop Ignopius' melee autos. Here we go. Flash forward. Lotus will pick up Ignopius on the back side. First blood going over to Oklahoma Platinum Rush, but now it's a 3v2 as Chortlord going to get stunned up. Nice dodge. Piplup going to take some damage as here comes the Never Move. Going to connect. He's going to yoink him back in. Piplup going to go down into the Ignite. Summoner hit comes out from Chortlord. Lotus trying to chase him down, but he's got too much movement speed. Lotus, can he finish it off? No! A double kill goes over to Dr. Giggles. The Grasping Roots from Hayabusa will take down Skolten 3-for-1 in favor of 4-for-1. What? Yeah, 4-for-1 at the end of the day in favor of Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
Oh man, unfortunate for OU. I definitely think that they could have played that fight down there better, though. While it was going, I was seeing a few ways that they could have definitely increased their odds, but I don't think they focused any specific targets very well during that, or moved very well as a unit, based around the way that OGR was closing in on them.
Yeah,
I think they could have played it a little bit better.
Oklahoma Platinum Rush collapsing first on the invade from Ignopius. Water Bear's like, I'm fighting this guy, let's get him. But then Chortlord and Hayabusa get there first, and Water Bear's basically out of the fight immediately, which means that for the rest of it, it's kind of a 4v3. Another yoink gonna land on the Skolden. He gets hit by the full Vision of Empire damage, and he's taking a fair amount. I don't know about this Tear of the Goddess on Vel'Koz. I think you're not getting CDR out of Tear of the Goddess, and you're not getting the Luden's proc that is very good on Vel'Koz. So I don't know. I don't think that Vel'Koz is a champion you really need the Tear of the Goddess on. I don't think you stack it fast enough to make it worth it. It's not like you're a Cassiopeia or a Rise or something.
No, I definitely agree with you. Plus, his Q is pretty decent mana sustain already. You set up waves to get 2 or 3 minions with your Q every time you use it. It's honestly already pretty good mana sustain just by doing that. You don't really need the tier for the sustain then, and generally you can have enough mana to do what you want to do later on as well, and you can get your AP, almost as much AP, you know, through just a build that spikes a little bit earlier.
2,000 gold is the lead for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. At only 7 minutes, is fairly sizable for this stage of the game. Lord clearing a control ward. Water Bear is falling behind Ignopius due to that kill going over. Shroombear now going in aggressive onto Sir Dustball. Nice use of the invis. They'll just jump right back out onto the minions.
That was weird. He dodged the pull, not by leaving it, but by blinking, like, right when it was trying to pull him.
That is such a weird...
I know, it was very weird. He, didn't leave the range, but he didn't get pulled.
Yeah, so Shroombear actually doing surprisingly well after the gank comes in from Water Bear early on. Is starting to dictate this lane a little bit, just making good trades come up. Shroombear gonna use that invisibility. Dustball can't target him with the W.
Dustball needs to be ready for him to come in a little bit more. He needs to prep his trade like in advance so he can fight back before the Akali just disappears again.
It's really hard against Akali though because her dashes has no indication. A good knockup gonna come through, but the wind wall gonna be thrown out. But Lotus still taking a big chunk of damage.
He's got that wind wall, but after he got rooted, and he takes a lot of damage because the rest of Zyra's kit can't really be blocked by root.
Shroombear now
Dustball
gonna get
wants to
apprehended
fight.
in. Here comes
comes
Ignopius to try and turn it around. Shroombear doesn't do enough damage over quick burst to get onto Dustball, but trying to juke away down the river.
Here comes
but
Swain,
here
though.
comes Dr. Giggles. Vision of Empire not going to connect with the Never Move. Will, and that will root up Shroombear, and he'll be going down to the Ignite. Ignopius secures the kill.
All right, and while they lose that member in the top side, they see 3 members, so Trundle starts going for this dragon. Can he get it, though? Here comes Zyra. Probably going to get a ward on this dragon pretty shortly.
Or a Piplup and Water Bear
That's
taking
it?
this
Yeah,
one.
it did.
Hayabusa is here. He spots it out. Here comes Skolden to try and help him out. They're going to
Gotta
pull
pull it
the
out.
dragon out of the pit. Make sure that there's no possibility of a steal. And there's the smite plus jump.
All right, well, they do secure a dragon, and towers are even, but they're down 4 kills and a decent chunk in CS, in top lane, in jungle, in mid lane, and in bot lane. To varying degrees, you know, but they're down in every lane.
Shroombear, Ninja Tabis. Oh, he's going to get dove as soon as he comes back in. He's trying to use the Twilight Assault to dodge away. He's holding his invis under tower. Tags Dustball for his Conqueror proc. Trying to get his heals up, but now he's not invis anymore. Ignopius flashes into him. Dustball going to get the Nuxie Guillotine, but Shroombear does take him down. He's trying to sustain, but Ignopius will make it a 1-for-1.
Really good play, honestly. I mean, by Shroombear. But it seems like against those 2 champions, it takes a lot of effort to get a little bit out, really. But really plays that super well. Chunks Ignopius a bit. Finishes off Dustball. I mean, honestly, if he just went down for nothing, that would have been the tower as well. So good on him.
I think if he had held the invis for a little bit longer, it might have been better. Because as it was, he dropped the invis when no one under tower had actually done damage to him.
Gotcha. Didn't pick up
Water
aggro
Bear
yet.
trying to trade onto Ignopius. The Pillar of Ice and the Subjugate come down. Ignopius is going very low. Pops the
Water Bear has
Nullifying Orb.
flash.
Flash Chomp, and it will be Water Bear taking him down. Ignopius in the jungle, but now here comes Sir Dustball trying to get onto him. There's the Bleed Stacks, no Noxie and Guillotine available. Water Bear trying to run out, but the Decimate comes through, and Dustball will make it a 1-for-1 yet again.
So 1-for-1 in favor of, honestly, really, I guess in favor of nobody. I mean, both jugglers died.
Yeah, but Ignopius with the Warrior Enchant, Water Bear with the Cinder Hulk. He also picks up a Phage.
Actually, I guess it was in favor of OGR because they did get the assist.
Yeah,
A little bit of bonus gold.
assist makes it the gold a little bit higher. Piplup just running up to break the plant. Thing against Zyra is like exercise of utility because she can just throw down more plants. Time you walk up to try and get the plants, you get harassed by the other plants. Even if the ability doesn't hit you, the plants probably auto-target onto you because they're pushing the wave and there's nothing else to target onto.
Heals.
Zyra's like really dumb.
Plants,
There's the
man.
Glacial Fissure into Last Breath. Trottler gets 3 stacks. He's gonna have to flash away. Flashes over the side, but Water Bear now trying to get onto Hayabusa, but he's taking most of his health and damage. Hayabusa using the Stranglethorns, but now Lotus gonna flash onto him. Jumping through the minion wave, the Grasping Roots come out. Winter's Bite gonna be flashed away from by Hayabusa. OU do not successfully pick up anybody, but do force out the summoners from the bottom lane of OGR.
I don't honestly know how they didn't stun Trottler. They were on top of him during his pool, and he didn't flash until he tried to get over the wall. So how'd they...
Yeah, I don't know how they didn't just
That was
get
just
that
a,
last
that was just
auto
a mechanical error at that point. I mean,
Yeah.
literally just a like, Yasuo Q would have been the stun. Like, that should have been in the bank. But somehow they don't proc the stun, and he flashes over a wall. And
Shroombear now getting jumped.
Hayabusa gets away with a nice flash
Good
as
dodge
well.
on the apprehend. Bear now in a very precarious situation as it might be the dive as Water Bear coming in. He's like, alright, don't come in here. Dustball gonna get slowed up by the Pillar of Ice, but that's all it's gonna do. Dr. Giggles on his way up here as well.
He's been roaming quite a bit, and I mean, it makes sense. He's been shoving in this Vel'Koz a decent bit, bullying him even. We saw, ever since the very beginning, he's been trading with this Vel'Koz on the Swain pick. And it's helped free him up to roam a bit.
To his credit, Lotus is doing a good job keeping up in CS in the bottom lane.
Yeah, he's been pushed under tower for quite a while, but thanks to Braum, he and Braum are doing a decent job of lasting under the tower.
This is just I think once you finish the Phantom Dancer, you could probably try and go aggressive. Or if, Water Bear is there.
I mean, yeah, they show that they have what it takes to kill the Vladimir. They just need to fully execute on it.
I think in this type of lane, you have to at some point go aggressive because otherwise you're just going to get poked down to the point where you can't go aggressive. Making a roam into the mid lane, but is going to be spotted out by a ward, and he'll just take that for his trouble. But Shroombear going in onto Dustball, but this is the wrong time to go aggressive as Ignopius is just trying to make sure he can't juke back towards his tower. They're looking for a way out, but he's going to use the jump in, but Apprehend pulls him back in. He's got no invis left. Shroombear trying to juke, but he's not going to be able to do it. Noxian Guillotine and the bleed will pick up the kill.
Good pickup for them up there in the top lane, and that might finally mean first tower. Vel'Koz is here, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop.
Yeah, no, that tower is so low as
these
it
two
is.
bruisers from taking this tower.
There it is. Tower First Blood going over to Oklahoma Platinum Rush. 3.7 thousand gold is their lead over OU Platinum.
Pretty big gold lead for this stage in the game.
Just looking for a way in. The wind wall going to be used. Piplup gets the winner's bite off. Chortler pops down into the Sanguine Pool as the Stranglethorns are popped.
Alright, well the ultimate comes out of Hayabusa. That is, aside from exhaust, the only thing that Hayabusa can really do.
Yeah, I think they go aggressive here. They're at pretty healthy health bars, and that was a big ultimate burn. But here's Water Bear coming into the mid lane. Does dodge away from this Never Move. Is now Dr. Giggles taking some damage. Dodge away from this Tectonic Disruption. Left from the Disintegration Ray going to come out. He flashes away. Water Bear trying to chase him down, but he gets apprehended by Dustball. They're going to yoink him back in, and Water Bear is going to go down. Dr. Giggles picks up the kill with a killing spree.
And Dr. Giggles jukes basically everything. Both Vel'Koz's E's, a big chunk of Vel'Koz's ultimate. He jukes a Q or two that were trying to help pick him off as well.
Ignopius coming around, looking for a potential dive onto the bottom lane of OU.
OGR, Hayabusa shoving in hard. Here comes Ignopius, so they decide to give it up, back off. Tower's going to get taken. Kali is getting some free hits on the tower in the top lane, but Darius is going to be here to stop her from picking that up, I think. Yeah. Still looks decently healthy. Probably not really a champion known for tower taking ability.
Winner's bite blocked by the plant. And there's the tower going down, but they're not going to let this one go without a fight. Well, yes they will. Piplup jumps forward. He's like, get him! Never mind. Dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon started up by Ignopius on the side of Oklahoma Platinum Rush, and looks like they got it. Now one Ocean Drake apiece, but 2 towers is the lead for Oklahoma Platinum Rush, and
Right,
a 5,000 gold lead.
Even in Dragons, up 6 kills, up 2 towers.
When Wall is down, here comes Ignopius ready to jump onto Piplup. He needs to get onto him. Lotus gonna give him the stand behind me target. There's the last Winner's Bite and the concussive the Glacial Fissure being thrown out to disengage, and they will successfully do so. Now Dustball gonna find Shroombear, apprehends him back in. They're gonna try and trade here. The Decimate gonna be dodged away by Shroombear. He's in biz. Gonna try and juke around, but the Noxian Guillotine does so much, and the Decimate will land Dustball on a killing spree as he solos out Shroombear.
Nice moves by Dustball there. And this kind of goes back to, I feel like we're seeing like a lot of good moves put out by Shroombear. He's been using that little blink from the Twilight Shroud? What's it? Yeah, Twilight Shroud. Really well to dodge things basically every time they fight, which is not, easy to do. He's doing a great job, but it's just not enough, And that's, kind of comes back to this Akali Darius thing. Might not,
Or this Akali champion thing.
That's true. This is before the rework.
I'm withholding judgment on the Akali rework, but Akali was a champion that Riot was like, this champion is poorly designed. We're just gonna nerf it in the ground so no one plays it until we rework it. And yes, there are players who are like, Akali's champ poorly designed. She might be a little bit weak on the number side, but if I can just abuse the stupid parts of her kit, then maybe I can climb with it. And that's why we saw people climb really well at top lane Akali. But it's not a good champion. It's just by virtue of it, the numbers being nerfed so hard. Okalunga Platinum Rush now on the Rift Herald. Picked up all 3 of the outer ring of towers. Shroombear does spot it out with that ward, but it's immediately going to get disabled, and they're going to have to give this one up.
Right, so that's Herald over to them as well. They're going to grow this 3-tower lead even more if they use well.
Love, he's just like hanging out. Maybe I can get this ward. Looks like Oklahoma Platinum Rush are just going to give him a never move for it.
Sometimes it's kind of funny. If you happen to be like really close to a very thin wall, the swing could just go yoink and
Yoink
just
you over.
pull you right across.
Like, oh no, I was not anticipating this.
You have to be very close to a very thin wall, though.
Right, Turtle are coming forward.
Oh,
He
wow.
flashes in onto Skolden, but immediately gets knocked away with the Tectonic
It's
Surf.
rooted, though.
The barrier and the Ignite. Dr. Giggles gets the Rampage as the apprehended Piplup, and No will take him down as well. Skolden using his barrier as best he could, but it's not enough to get out of there. And the Rift Herald dropped into the mid lane. 5 members of Oklahoma Platinum Rush ready to push in. Shroombear, in the meanwhile, did get that tower in the top lane. Now he's teleporting to try and help. They might go for the dive. Waterbear flashing away as the Rift Herald barrels in. A never move going to connect as they apprehend and take down Shroombear during the duration of the CC. Lotus flashing away, but Dustball just chases him down in the tower. The Rampage going over to him as he executes him with that guillotine. There's going to be an inhibitor going down in their favor as well. The Rift Herald, a little bit sad, but that's a lot picked up by Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Dustball's not done. Subjugate popped by Waterbear. Noxie and Guillotine not available. Dustball now going to get slowed by the Plasma Fission. Life Form Disintegration Ray will shut him down.
Pick up a kill, but that's really not much compared to everything that OGR just took from them. Whew. And even in Dragons, up 8k gold, up 4 towers, up an inhibitor, took the Herald, 14-4 in kills. Not looking good for OU at the moment. I mean, Akali is a champion that, like, late game can do some dumb things with burst, but I really don't think that it's going to be enough with these 2 bruiser mages that have lots of ways to sustain themselves. Just blowing up Zyra every fight is really not going to be enough when Zyra's a champion that can just sort of throw all her abilities down and die in a martyrdom fashion and still be doing what she's supposed to be doing.
Like, well, that's what I was going to do anyway, so.
Yeah. And so, I mean, with this only really good target for Shroombear to go for being a Zyra, that's not great.
Not the best situation for
No.
the top laner of OU.
So, I mean, with that in mind, I mean, yeah, Yasuo... and
Nopius
the
jumping in
Bell
onto
can get
Waterbear.
stronger,
The
but
Pillar of
still.
Ice going to try and separate him. There's the knockout coming through. Hayabusa looking for the Grasping Roots, but it doesn't land, but the plants will just eat Waterbear anyway.
Whew. Those plants are doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, Zyra's a pretty dumb champion.
All right.
Right now.
Very
Baron-
good started by Ignopius. Always taking a lot of damage. He's still solo. Oh, wait a minute.
Hayabusa, this is going to be the execute
And there's
we were
the
looking
martyrdom.
for, but he
There's
can't
the
do
martyrdom.
it. He didn't do it. There it is. The shutdown does finally go over as Hayabusa will fall, getting jumped on, but he gets yoinked in, and he will die to the plants. Skolden going to be taking a lot of damage, and Trottler will execute him down with a Hemoblade. Glacial Fissure is Zanya'd, but the Winter's Bite going to connect. They will stun him up, but can they do enough damage? Blast Breath on the 2, but it doesn't matter as they apprehend him in, and they take him down.
Man, and what started out as a Baron ends up being almost an ace. Waterbear's in the base trying to push it out, but this could honestly be the game right here. Death timers are decently long for how much they, for the ground that needs to be covered by OGR here.
Never move going to connect them to pull him in. The Subjugate comes down, but the resistances are not enough. The ace for Oklahoma got Platinum Rush. They're trying to end the game. Shroombear going to pop up. There's the Nexus Towers. I think it's over. Ignopi is going to go very low. He flashes in just to die, but that'll be Oklahoma Platinum Rush taking the win over OU 1-1 on both sides.
Alright, so we'll have to see how this finishes off in Game 3. The game looked okay for like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes. And then by minute 14, though, they were able to all of a sudden pick up a whole lot of wins across the map, giving them like a 4k gold lead at 15 minutes. And then by the end of this game, they grew that to almost a 10k gold lead. So good play by OGR. We'll have to see what OU comes back with the next game. Maybe a more traditional top laner. Maybe they can play. Maybe they I think that they picked red side this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So we'll have to see if OGR wants red side. Maybe OU could easily get a power pick in the first pick. Maybe pick up a Recon for themselves. Maybe pick up Lucian, if so that Lotus can go back to that comfort pick of his. So we'll have to see how it goes.
We will see after the break. Thank you all for watching. Game 3 between Oklahoma Platinum Rush and OU coming up next. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Summer Playoffs. We're about to get into our 7th game of the playoffs, which is going to, again, between Oklahoma Platinum Rush and OU. With that victory, Oklahoma Platinum Rush will cement number 1 if they win here. OU, if they win, everyone still has a chance at that number 1 seed, depending on how OU versus GSM goes. But we'll get into that. If we have to, we'll jump into the game. We'll see how it goes. OU and OGR both 1-1 now against one another.
Yeah. So if OGR wins, then yeah, they're essentially 2-1 against both of the other teams that came to play today, securing them first place.
And if OU win, OGR ends 3-3. And then OU and GSM both have 2 more games to play. If either of them 2-0's their opposite number, they will be the number 1. But,
and if they go 1-1, OGR wins.
Yeah.
Honestly, you could get into a situation where you play the first game and you're like, guys, we either need to if it like looks like we're about to like, throw this shit, we need to like step up our game, like, because if one of us doesn't win, OGR wins. Like,
all right, so Rakan and Lucian banned by Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Like we were talking about, that Lotus and Piplup, comfort picks for them. Zoe and then the Aurelia last that we saw last game.
Looks like OGR was comfortable, by the way, with the blue side. We talked about them maybe going for red since OU had picked red the game before, but nope. They're like, let's just get that first pick again. It worked out for us last time.
Zoe and Camille are banned away. They didn't like what that Camille was doing 2 games ago, and they don't want to deal with Dr. Giggle's Zoe. But
Same
then
3 bans.
Here also banned away from Ignopius. So
Swain first pick again.
Nothing changes in this first bit of time. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Say OGR will just first pick the Swain once again. OU, do they, take away Trundle once again and leave Ignopius on the Xin Zhao? Because that's what they did last game.
Yeah. Interesting to see what they do. Maybe they think, already
Wow.
Very different right off the bat. Nami, very different from Braum. Already shaping up to look different after the beginning looked pretty similar.
So they lock in Nami instead of Braum for Piplup. So that means that Braum is now open if Oklahoma Platinum Rush want to pick it up. And they'll take the Darius for themselves, stealing that away from Sir Dustball. That means that they didn't get to steal the Trundle. I'm surprised.
I bet here we could see Trundle Renekton.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we could see Trundle Renekton right here.
Yeah. Why lock in the Nami at this point? Why don't you, if you're trying to deny picks, why don't you pick Trundle Darius?
I don't know.
Because I don't think Nami is really something you need.
Then instead of Trundle, I mean, okay, but I do like the Trundle more than the Zen, at least against the Darius. It's just so effective against Darius.
And Oklahoma Platinum Rush yet again will lock in the Zyra. Alright, a lot of priority on that Zyra for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. They just really like to bully in lane, just do a lot of damage, don't care about the rest of the game because we're just going to win bottom lane so hard. Skolden gonna pick up the Orianna rather than the Vel'Koz this game, and now we're entering into the second rotation of bans. Thinks maybe he'll fare better against the Swain from Dr. Giggles on the Orianna.
Be interesting to see if they do anything to try to pair this Orianna, like that Orianna ult with. Because right now they don't really have anybody that could jump in with an Orianna on a ball carrying it in. Not that Orianna necessarily needs it, I suppose, but...
Heimerdinger banned by OU away from Oklahoma Platinum Rush.
I would have banned maybe Vlad Ziggs.
I think Vlad Ziggs would have been a very good ban. Kaisa removed from the table from Lotus as well, so trying to pinch off the good marksmen that are left, Lucian and Kaisa. And Vladimir will be banned, so the Ziggs is the one that's open for Trodelor if he wants to go for it.
And Ziggs does so much damage.
Yeah, a lot of damage. They'll ban Yasuo. Feel okay.
All right, so we banned the 2 good marksmen, and he did a good job on Yasuo. We're gonna ban that one too.
All right, Lotus, what do you got left for us, Oklahoma Platinum Rush? They're just throwing it out there. Let's see what he's got.
Ziggs.
Take
Steal the Ziggs.
Go for the Ziggs. Wow!
That's
That's jungle, right?
I would
That
have
has to be jungle.
We can only hope.
So, Kindred versus Xin how does that one go?
I think that ends up with Kindred getting blown up a lot.
Uh,
I don't know.
Yeah,
At least early
it kind of
game.
depends. I
Did
think
you
if
see how Xin Zhao blew up that Trundle early game almost by himself?
I
I'd
think
be afraid of that happening again.
it depends on how well Lotus is able to kite it out, but that's gonna be really rough to play against the Ziggs.
All right, Ziggs is coming in indeed. Last pick going to be what? Renekton?
Yeah, Renekton would make sense. It's another bruisery pick that does fairly well against Darius, and something Sir Dustball has done before. Would not be surprised to see the Renekton locked in. And it will be Fiora. Okay.
Ugh, have to see how that performs.
Fiora versus Darius. This is kind of an interesting matchup. Very skill heavy.
On the
Ash.
Fiora's side. As is pretty much any matchup against Darius, to be fair.
Yeah. Ash might be the lock-in for Lotus as their last rotation pick, and there it is, the Ash. So, ADC we haven't seen in a long time. Low mobility, middling damage, high utility ADC. But when you have no mobility, that means that you're gonna die when Zigzyra decide to throw all their abilities at you.
Oh my goodness, that seems like such a scary bot lane to pick into this. Didn't Ash Zyra? Wasn't that the thing?
Ash
once
Zyra
upon
used
a time?
to be a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Now
They
Ash
find themselves
Nami.
on opposite ends of this lane. Man, I would be terrified to be OU's bot lane here. Kindred, also a squishy champion, tries to go for some sort of gank, doesn't have ult.
All right, so here's
Rooted
the
and
plan.
exploded.
Here's the plan. Turtler's gonna throw the Mega Inferno Bomb. Everyone get in the Kindred ultimate. And then like OGR, they're like, get him! And then you shockwave and turn the fight. I don't think it'll work. But I mean, I just think OU's team comp is so weak as a whole right now. Compared to what Oklahoma Platinumers have drafted. I think Braum was available, whereas, which I think is a higher priority
And the Nami.
support than Nami. I also think it's a higher priority support than Zyra, but neither of these two supports wanted to pick that one up.
Could somebody crash? Oh wow, perfect. 30-second break and then right back into the game.
It was a minute. I clicked it.
Oh, you clicked it
twice.
twice? My bad.
So, some of the priorities in Champion Select in this game kind of perplex me, I suppose. I agree. I think Trundle is overall pretty strong pick. That Xin Zhao, I think, is a little bit more dependent on snowballing.
Just testing the waters. See if any skill shots fly out of the bush.
What skill shots are there? There's
Oriana, right?
volley and command
Ball?
attack.
The ball's skill shot, technically?
command attack.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much just bubble volley in that. Outside of that, I guess maybe a pull. I don't know if that really even counts at that point, but...
It's like, yoink, get in this brush.
I guess that would sort of count as a skill shot. It's not really a projectile, though.
Yeah. Who knows? Alright, so Waterbear coming back around, he wants to start the blue buff, where seeing King Ignopius starting on the red side as well. Gonna get marked up by the Kindred. Mark of the Kindred onto him.
How long of a cooldown is it to reset the Mark of the Kindred? Minute and a half?
I think, yeah, it's about a minute and a half. Which is why a lot of the times at level, like, at the very beginning of the game, you just mark the enemy jungler. And then if you want to get an early gank off, then you could just do it.
Yeah.
Just like, whatever. Shroombear making use of the Darius. Dustball having to pay respect. He knows what the champion can do.
Yeah. Fiora, once maybe like half an item's under her belt, could maybe try to fight him, but it might honestly be a little bit of a struggle here at the beginning. Darius just has so much damage in that passive early game, which I've complained about his passive many times before. Not a fan of how that works in general or interacts with Black Cleaver, but I digress.
I'm actually surprised to see Grasp at the Undying as Dust
Oh
Ball's
wow!
Keystone. Yeah,
And look at
there's
it!
Water Bear.
Blown up! There it
Burst
is!
blood.
Poor Kindred. Exploded by these in Zhao.
Yeah, that's kind of how most people would expect that to go. Kindred's a very squishy champion. Ignopius getting the jump on Water Bear. Flashing to follow Water Bear's flash, and that'll be first blood going over.
Oh, so Kindred pick might still, it could scale, but gonna have a rough start.
46% win rate in LCK Summer. Sorry.
All right, it looks like that
ooh,
scuttle
there's a
that
good never
is
move.
marked is also going to go over. King Ignopius, after getting the kill, head straight to that mark. Has Zyra come to help him? They're shoved in the bot lane because they are Zyra Ziggs. It's very easy. Zyra's gonna even go in and harass Water Bear, but you
Water
get
Bear.
nothing.
Look at that. Ignopius
No
just
quarter.
gonna come over the wall. He's gonna get support from Lotus and Piplup, but oh man, he just got chunked as soon as he comes back into his own jungle.
Earlier, even today's stream, we saw OGR put all of their efforts into trying to camp and keep down Levi. Now it looks like they're putting a lot of efforts into trying to keep down Water Bear.
Oh, poor guy.
And here he
Double
is
buff
again.
Ignopius just gonna jump onto him and blow him to bits again. The second time Water Bear will fall.
Squishy Kindred just is gonna keep getting blown up by this Xin Zhao. I don't even think Ultimate's gonna save her if this keeps going as it's going.
Ooh, that's a good riposte on the apprehend.
But you're
Dust
in
Ball get a
minions.
good trade back off.
Yeah, taking a lot of minions there. Minion damage there. I mean,
Zig Zyra just gonna predictably be shoving in onto Lotus and Piplup. And you know, when you have these shoving lanes both mid and bot, it's very easy for Ignopius to go in and harass Water Bear in his own jungle. It's like, Dust Ball is just like, yep, that's fine. I'm doing fine in this lane. Getting good trades onto Shroom Bear actually every once in a while. But you can just go kill Water Bear anytime he tries to come into his own bottom side.
Q's down. That's a decent time for a fight to happen, but it looks like it's just
Yeah,
really
here we
a
go.
bait.
Water Bear coming in. Guess that the mounting dread off. Good damage as the slows come out. One more auto, but that's a good riposte. Will negate the decimate damage, and Shroom Bear actually flashes away from the tower.
Good use of riposte there. Not blocking any CC or anything,
Good
but
grasping
still
roots
good
from
use of
Piplup, but
riposte.
onto that
Holy
Piplup rather. The
damage.
ignite and the
Piplup.
plants. Summoner heal not available. Lotus has
down.
cleanse. Lotus has cleanse. No summoner heal.
Oh no. No heals, no heal on cooldown either from the Nami. Just gets popped by those last two ranged autos from the Zyra plant and the ignite. Bad.
Yeah, Piplup just walking way too far forward, trying to throw out an ebb and flow just for damage or a harass on the Hayabusa. He's like, all right, grasping roots, and everyone is just gonna kill you.
Oh no.
And that happens a lot when you're playing these ranged supports. You're like, I want to harass because I'm a ranged support. You walk up, you get the damage turned back onto you, and when the other support has better CC than you, then you're gonna die. You have to play a lot more respectfully. Piplup gonna come forward, trying to lay down some damage into Trodelor, seeing Hayabusa not here. The slow's coming out. The Aqua Prison flashed away from by Trodelor. And that is Trodelor with a little bit of disrespect. But now Piplup needs to be careful. Doesn't get hit by the grasping roots, but the plants just rip through his health bar. There you go. An exact same thing. Why are you walking up for that random bit of ebb and flow damage when you're gonna get traded back on?
Alright, I'm just sitting here kind of thinking about what maybe OU can do here, but man, if this snowball continues, they do not have a team comp that can do anything about it.
Yeah, no, their team comp doesn't scale. Like, Kindred is the one scaling composite or champion you have. And now Shroom Bear jumping onto Ignopius, or getting jumped on by Ignopius. The riposte gonna come out. There's the knock up onto him. Shroom Bear gonna go down, and Ignopius with his third kill of the game.
Gosh, just because champions this squishy on the enemy team, Zyra, Zig, Zen are going to absolutely explode everybody. Swain is going to be pretty unkillable if he starts to get ahead, as well as putting out a very respectable amount of damage himself. And Dustball is going to be an unstoppable split pusher. And Swain doesn't... He scales well into like the early late game, and then kind of falls off in the late game, like when everybody's full build. But it doesn't look like this game's going to get to that
Hayabusa
point.
never move gonna connect. Hayabusa, oh, anti-synergy. Hayabusa throws out the grasping roots as the yoink will pull him out to safety. But now Dr. Gios looking for the demon flare, flashes, and he will have enough damage to take down Skolden.
Looks like they don't have a lot of mana or HP,
Oh,
honestly, but
Water
I don't think
Bear's a
Water Bear...
level 4 Kindred. I don't think he can do anything here. But now Bear looking to get dove under tower. Ignopius goes in first, takes up the tower aggro. Gonna get apprehended back in. Ignopius has too much damage! And Noxie and Guillotine gonna come out. The bleed stack stacked up on Dustball, and Bear will get a kill. Very ambitious dive from Ignopius, not respecting the damage out of Darius, and apprehended back into tower.
Oh my goodness, you are not Fiora, you cannot block those, and Zen honestly doesn't even really have a way to dodge that in this kit either. Could his ult push somebody? He didn't have it, but could his ult push Darius away and make the pull not pull him?
I mean, you'd have to do that very much earlier. You'd have to do
Very
that like
early.
before the apprehend is
Gotcha.
cast, I think.
Alright, well then he basically had no hope of getting out there,
Yeah,
so very
considering
ambitious,
the
like
fact
you
he was
said.
level 5, like, and that wasn't even an option
Exactly,
for him.
yeah. Oh boy.
I'm not sure what Ignopius was thinking there, to be perfectly honest, but
Like, Bear's died once, right? That means we could dive him now, even though he's Darius with full health.
I think if you want that to happen, you have to dive in between the towers, not under the tower. But now Piplup gets Grasping Root stopped, and
Oh
Mega
my
Inferno
gosh!
Bomb!
What?
That
Charlotte
to be
throws a Q and presses R and just...
fair, but Water Bear at least gets a Scuttle Crab with his mark on it. Gonna be able to hop over the wall with the Dance of Arrows. Now Ignopius looking to jump on Skolden, but not in a very good situation.
Poke comes out from Hayabusa. The ult and the Q come out of Trotalor, and it's more than enough to just kill the Navi before she can even make it back to tower.
Yeah,
And with the Ziggs being in this lane, he might be able to put a lot of damage on this by cycling his abilities.
This is kind of...
Think he's gonna get it?
I think he'll get it. Satchel Charge is going to be enough to take it down fairly soon. And now Ignopius in the back line trying to dive onto him. The good Aqua Prison from Piplup into the Enchanted Crystal Orb, but just flashes to auto Piplup and uses his ultimate to break damage from Lotus. Dustball now jumping in onto Shroombear. A Riposte going to come out.
So
There's Water Bear.
Did Nami just come back to lane and die immediately again?
Yes, that is exactly what
Oh my
happened. Now
gosh,
Shroombear
that's
going to
no bueno.
apprehend, but he doesn't land it onto Dustball. Here's the grand challenge, but here comes Water Bear to try and turn the tides. Mounting Dread going to come out. No Riposte available for Dustball for a little bit longer. Looking for a flash auto. Not going to get the Mounting Dread up as Dustball just lunges out. Tower First Blood going over to Oklahoma Platinum, rushing that bottom lane.
Alright, so not even 10 minutes in, and there's already a 3k gold lead in favor of OGR, although maybe they can make something happen to this tower here. I don't know, that's got a lot of health, and Swain's on his way up.
Now, frankly, I don't think they really can't even do anything here. They have to back away seeing Dr. Giggles on his way up.
Right, well, everybody's going to kind of return to their lanes, just try to farm a bit.
Mountain Drake.
Mountain Drake goes over, the snowball continues.
Shroombear now getting jumped on by Dustball. Here comes Dr. Giggles. Does not land the Vision of Empire nor the Never Move.
Water Bear, it looked like he kept walking aggressively. I was like, oh no, don't fight. Shroombear's low as it is. Swain is still here.
Yeah, everyone's just like, wonder if they'll greed. I wonder if they'll greed. Shroombear's trying to get a heal off so that he can be a little bit more aggressive. Water Bear just finished his recall, which means that Dr. Giggles is up here making this a 2v1, but he's going to channel his own recall. Skolden on his way up to try and help out the situation.
Golden, yeah, okay, the back gets completed by Swain. Golden just sort of hanging out in case he's needed, but Fiora's going to back as well. Ultimate comes out of Ziggs. He and Zyra, I guess, are just clearing the jungle. Throws the ult to push back the wave bot, and he's going to keep clearing that out. Prevents Kindred from coming to pick this up. Another mark.
Yeah, when the Xin Zhao's top side, you just send whoever you can to deny that mark as
Right,
best.
since he was already there mid lane and Swain had just backed, Swain ends up walking down to the bot lane to catch that wave, and Swain
Hayabusa.
and Ziggs just stays mid.
Hayabusa sitting on top of a ward. Enchanted Crystal Arrow going into the mid lane.
I'd head into the jungle.
And now Shroombear gonna get jumped up by Ignopius, but
There
there's
it
a good
is.
Enchanted Crystal Arrow, stuns him up, and Water Bear and Shroombear all around him, and there's the death, Noxie and Guillotine. He gets the bleed stacks up onto Trotalor! Shockwave gonna be flashed away from him by Trotalor, the bleed still running, Water Bear gonna jump back over the wall, Dustball going very low, but he doesn't finish off Shroombear, and he's able to survive.
Wow.
A triple kill for Shroombear as Trotalor does end up bleeding out on the other side.
That was some very good play from Shroombear. Like, wow! It looked like he was definitely dead. Almost picks up the kill onto Trotalor, and then eventually does, thanks to the fully stacked passive bleed, which does a couple hundred damage in its own right after it, fully runs. and able to escape with the help of his team.
Wow, and
to
that
pick up
enchanted
last
crystal
kill as well.
arrow from bottom lane landing onto
Oh
Ignopius.
my goodness, so clean. You saw it launched up, and I'm like, is it gonna hit mid lane? I'm like, I think that's at the jungle. And like it finally landed. I was like, what? How did he do that? Well done by Lotus. Really good play by OU. It does bring them a little back into the game, but they're still like almost 2k down. Not
So-
quite, but still pretty
Unfortunately,
down.
even with that triple kill for Shroombear, they still couldn't pick up the Rift Herald. Water Bear was chunked a little bit too low. They didn't really relish the idea of Dustball coming down to interrupt that one.
Yeah, so helps close the gap a
Water
bit,
Bear.
but still no bueno. Still no objectives for them yet. No towers, no dragons. Now their buffs take it away.
Flamengo Platinum Rush, not to let up after one setback. They're going to continue to play aggressively and invade the enemy jungle. Water Bear still very
All right,
weak.
tower goes down in the mid lane. Orianna roamed to the jungle to help out the team if it was necessary. I think shoved in that mid lane tower and is able to put down the last little bit of damage plus the detonate from Satchel Charge, picking up their second tower of the game, bringing that gold lead up to 2.5k.
Right, Decimate down and Troidler coming up here. Dustball going to get onto him. Apprehend
Ooh, not
sidestep by
quite full.
Troidler. Looking for the Decimate. Not going to connect that either. Now with both of those outer towers, bot and mid taken down, to send Troidler Ziggs into that top lane. Get ready to siege onto this tower. It'll be going down in just a few rotations. Waterbear going to try and steal away and successfully steal away the enemy buff. Troidler does pick up tower aggro, thanks to that Hexplosive Minefield. That Satchel charges down! Troidler gets Noxian Guillotine! He's gonna get the bleed off onto Dustball! The Lambs with Spike keeps Shroombear alive! Enchanted Crystal Arrow from bot lane again! Comes in, and Waterbear takes down Dustball. The perfect timing from OU!
One of the cleanest plays I've ever seen from a team that's this far behind.
Oh, but Lotus needs to not get caught by Hayabusa here. The Grasping Roots are going to connect. Hayabusa throws in the Stranglethorns, but it's not enough, and he will not get the knockup. He'll flash for the Ignite, but Lotus, of course, gets his own flash off.
Looks like Nami shows up to throw down a heal just to make sure that Lotus gets away. Ziggs not nearby to throw down that ult, so that's nice. Alright, it looks like they're going for the Herald now, and they're gonna get it uncontested, so things are looking a little bit better for OU now. 2-1 fights recently. They pick up this Herald. If this Herald could help them get one, hopefully 2 towers for them, then they'll be able to bring this gold lead a lot closer, and this objective game a lot closer.
Waterbear 5-1 now with a Trinity Force in his inventory. He's going to be doing a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, and definitely a good game for Trinity Force. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. There's like not a single armor stacker on the side of OGR. Not really a good enough reason to go for the Black Cleaver here.
Yeah.
Might as well go Triforce. Especially since now you could just sit in a side lane and wreck Dustball with this item.
Everything calming down a little bit. Hayabusa clearing out some vision in the river. But here comes their pings going down in that area. Shroombear just sitting on a control ward. Ignopius about to blast cone into him. He's going to get slowed up. Ignopius throws down the ultimate, but it's not enough. He apprehends him back in. Ignopius, this is not where you want it to be. He flashes over
Gonna
the
die to the
bleed.
bleed?
It's not going to be enough to kill him.
Oh!
Nope.
Oh my goodness, that was so close. That was short of like, I don't even know what. Oh wait, wait a minute, Skolden DC.
Ooh. A bad time to for that to happen. Looks
Oh,
like all of OU actually DC'd at that time. Get him back into the game.
Oh
And
wow,
then
a
we'll-
long pot, like a long DC.
Oh, well, it's just into another pause, so we'll jump over that as well. There we go. They did kill Shroombear as well during that, which is quite unfortunate. A shutdown going over from Shroombear. Waterbear now going to jump forward, but it gets Grasping Roots immediately. Good. Lamb's Respite will keep him alive. Oh, maybe not.
The last bounce of the Q brings it in range to finish off Kindred.
Right. Double Mountain Drake going over to Oklahoma Platinum Rush after all said and done. Golden just trying to push them away from the tower as best he can. Lotus back in the lane with a Blade of the Ruined King. Seeing the on-hit Ashe coming out. I imagine we'll see either a Runons or a Black Cleaver as his second item, right? He's taking away his own red buff. Never move, not going to connect. Shroombear looking for a way to get onto Dr. Giggles. Seeing Hayabusa there, he'll back away. Lotus going to get a little bit of CS caught up. He's not too far behind in terms of CS. There's really not a huge discrepancy in any of these lanes, but Shroomer going to apprehend in one, but he's in a bad situation now. Vision of Empire and the Ignite down. Water Bear has to flash away from Ignobius as the Tidal Wave comes across just to peel. Now he's going to jump back forward. Never going to connect. He gets yoinked back in, but Dr. Giggles flashing away from the Aqua Prison. Shockwave going to pull in two, and he shut down a Mega Inferno Bomb. Not going to finish him up, but Lotus will get jumped up by Ignobius. They're trading. Ignobius throws out the ultimate, blocks the mounting dread damage, but the Aqua Prison does connect. Troodlor coming forward with the bombs just to push back OU.
Yeah, there's just so much zone control from Troodlor right now, dealing a lot of damage against these squishy targets.
There's the Rift Herald dropped in the mid lane by OU just because it was running out of time. Skolden taking a big bouncing bomb damage to the face. Troodlor just clearing out the waves. Ignobius gonna come here. They're gonna take down this Rift Herald before it even gets a chance to crash into that tower.
It was probably about to expire? I mean, I don't think it lasts very long.
That has to be why.
Yeah.
Water Bear, careful if they see you. There's gonna be a bomb coming your way, and you don't live through that. Oh, he just got spotted. No one's in the area. I thought like they see him on that ward and immediately just throw a Mega Inferno Bomb at him.
Throw a bubble down on the red-blue buff, but looks like they're just going to actually head straight up toward the top side. Baron is spawning soon. I don't think either team really has like, what they need to take this right now, but at least not while it's even moderately contested.
Troodler going to get the blue buff on his side of the map. A lot of vision control in the river by OKLCS Platinum Rush. Oh, you kind of have it around the area in their own side of the jungle. Oh, you're gonna look to push in on this mid lane. Lotus clearing out that wave. But the bomb comes out, basically eliminates OU's chances of pushing a tower. They're backing away. Running back to safety, doesn't have a whole lot of vision in his own side of the jungle. So just wanted to be careful as now Hayabusa is going to be found here by Skolden. And he'll throw in the command Attack Dissonance. And there's the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. And Skolden just going to blow him up. Shroomberg picks up the kill with a Decimate. Ignobius and Troodlor now going in. Piplup under tower. Good. Aqua Prison will catch him under tower. Into the Tidal Wave. Mounting Dread is stacking. But Water Bear is going to get knocked up. And the Lamps Right has to be dropped. Ignobius is going to get the Blade of the Rune King active. They'll kite him out. And he'll go down for his greed. Now Troodlor is in a bad spot. Vision of Empire going to slow up Skolden as he flashes and satchel charges back around the Raptor pit.
Blow some cooldowns to get away there. Dora, who was shoving up in the bot lane, sees two of her teammates go down for nothing and backs off rather than sticking around.
Very greedy by Ignobius to go in onto Piplup's Nami under tower like that. No follow-up damage from Piplup though. Big bouncing bomb to the face. Mega Inferno Bomb, thankfully for him, not available. Now OGR, in spite of having just lost two people, they're the ones who have... I mean, OU, they still haven't crossed that midpoint of the map. Cannot really push for anything in spite of having gotten a 2-for-0. Water Bear coming forward, looking to try and get onto Hayabusa, jumps forward onto him, throws out the Mounting Tread, sidesteps it, but the Stranglethorns and the bomb from Troodlor just blow Water Bear up.
Lot of burst, and that's a very squishy champion.
And Zig Zyra, between Stranglethorns and the Luden's Echo and Morella Namicon for Ziggs, just doing whatever ability he wants. Mega Inferno Bomb even thrown down. And there's the Satchel Charge to blow it up. Shockwave gonna find one target on Hayabusa, but it's not enough.
And I think that ultimate was almost defensive. After being slowed by the Vision of Empire, I think Skolden was getting a little bit worried that Hayabusa was about to pick him off with the root.
Yeah, that very well might have been the case. Shroomberg with a Sterex Gauge, but he really hasn't been able to find a way into these fights to make his lead matter.
I would have considered picking up a Spirit Visage. just because of Zyra, Swain, Ziggs putting out so much damage in a fight.
I mean, the burst, Starex gauge counters burst a little bit, so I understand
It
that.
helps. No, yeah, I'm not saying it's bad. I just, personally, I would want a Spirit Message.
Hawkshot gonna be used to scout the Baron. Hiplip gonna recall, but that's on top of a ward, and the Scryer's Bloom just spotted
Dragon
him out.
just now respawned, and it looks like OGR are going to be able to get this one. Well, they're leaving some of their members up here towards the Baron to try and...
Hayabusa looks for the Grasping Roots, doesn't connect it, but OU are going for the Baron. Piplup gonna help him out with this one. Ebb and Flow gonna come out, but they're gonna have to, they feel the need to back away as here comes Zyra and Ziggs. Shroom Bear not being bad. Nevermove gonna connect as well as the Bouncing Bomb. He flashes away as the Tidal Wave comes out to disengage, but Shroom Bear wants to go back in. Brand not gonna connect as he's ignited. Water Bear is gonna get blown to bits, but the Lancer Spike keeps him alive, but Dr. Giggles takes out Shroom Bear with a Vision of Empire in the backside. Water Bear gonna go down as the Lancer Spike falls. The Shockwave only gonna find Dr. Giggles, and now Dustball is just wreaking havoc on the back line. Piplup is left to the dogs. A double kill goes over to Dr. Giggles. Skolden gonna get jumped on, and Trottler finds the Rampage.
Man, so that fight, while it looked like it maybe could have gone either way at the very beginning, starts getting snowballed by OGR. They pick up Darius, who can't land the pull onto anyone.
And
then they quickly pick up the Kindred right after, and then they just chase down the remaining members of OU.
Zyra with triple Mountain Drake. You take the Baron pretty quick.
Yeah. Wow. Baron goes down, they all back immediately, restock those health bars, spend all their new money, except for Dustball, who's like, I'm going to take this Baron buff and shove this topside tower in. It looks like he's going to back, because there are a lot of members of OU here now. Oof. Gets away in time, though.
Even had they played that fight as well as they could, I think OU, this gold discrepancy is just too staggering for Oklahoma Platinum Rush. They probably won't win the fight just by... They don't have enough damage.
Yeah, now we're going to have to... OU's going to have to deal with a good bit of siege from Baron buff plus Zyra Ziggs.
Ooh.
Swain pull being a possibility in there.
That
with
is
a Fiora with Baron split pushing.
That is a rough situation
This
to
is
be
tough.
in.
This is... Baron is what OGR really needed to put a bigger dent in this game than they already have. Alright, Fiora, look at that massive wave down there right behind Fiora. She's closing in. She's going to be able to take towers very quickly. Triforce, Ravenous, Giant Wave, Baron buff. She has what she
Never
needs
moves
to
that.
split
Found
push.
Piplup. The Vision of Empire coming out, and he flashes, throws the Tidal Wave out.
A little bit quicker of a route there, and that could have been a pickup. But gets away, burns the flash though. Tower goes down in the bot lane. There's Darius to try and keep her off of the
Never
inhibitor
move
tower.
connects onto Water Bear. They're not going to yoink him in. It's a bomb just
Wow.
blowing apart. Oh,
Wow.
Water Bear! The Lancer Spike going to be thrown down. Dr. Giggle's going to flash forward. Vision of Empire looking for Lotus.
Picks
He
up
gets
a kill.
Water Bear! Okay, well, this game's over. The inhib falls in the mid lane. They get the tower in the bot as they're forced back into their base. Enchanted throw a flash away from my Trottler. Hayabusa gonna get apprehended in, but the Zanya's gonna keep him alive. Shockwave will pull in 3 and execute down Hayabusa. Now Shroombear looking to try and finish them off. Looking for a bleed, but he cannot get in it. He's forced back. He's kited out by Oklahoma Platinum Rush. Ziggs just satchel charge, executes the tower. Oklahoma Platinum Rush gonna look to focus down Shroombear, but Ignopius has gone a little bit too deep. He gets executed by Skolden, but it doesn't matter. Oklahoma Platinum Rush will take down OU, and they're 4-2.
Alright, so they pick up the win, and that's the win for everything, I believe.
They are guaranteed the #1 seed as a result of this. Going up to 4-2, OU falling down to 1-3, with GSM at 2-2. If GSM are able to, if GSM pick up either of these next 2 wins as well, they will guarantee
in,
themselves a win over OU and claim #2 seed. OU have to win both of the next 2 games in order to beat GSM.
Alright, so we'll have
but
to see how those next 2
yeah,
go.
Those 2 games coming at you after the break. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Summer Playoffs. Oklahoma Platinum Rush, now 4-2, I think they've basically cemented that #1 seed in Platinum Cap. So, they are going to be, first place in Platinum Summer, Platinum Capped OKLCS Summer. So, they're your champions, so congratulations to them.
Woo!
But we still have 2 more games to determine who is second and who is third between GSM and OU. OU, they need to win both of the next 2 games in order to usurp the #2 seed from
Yes.
GSM. GSM, if they win either of the next 2, they are guaranteed to be ahead of OU, and they will take the #2 seed. So without further ado, let's just jump into Champion Select for the first of the 2 games. OU on the blue side and GSM on the red side. GSM has already beaten OU once at this playoffs. And yeah, Graves should be banned, I think, against GSM.
Makes sense. That's something that they tend to first pick when they do have the first pick. GSM had the higher seed than OU, and this is the second time they're playing, so OU had side selection, and they opted for the blue side. Wanted that first pick. Darius comes out against Shroombear, makes sense. He did very well on that as well. Kane, yep, all these bans definitely making sense.
I think that OU are trying to push out Waldo. Waldo's being perceived as the #1 threat to deal with on GSM.
You think the third ban will be for Waldo then?
Xin Zhao.
Think Zhao? I don't remember. Has he played it?
Oh yeah, he's
Okay.
really good at
I might
it.
have
But
missed that
it's
one.
going to be Heimerdinger. Naked Beekeeper is a real potent threat on that champion as well.
As he showed in the first Platinum game yesterday, for sure.
I think Darius is also a good ban from GSM. It tends to be something that Levi struggles against just by virtue of his champion pool.
Yeah.
Levi's
Darius,
is very
yeah.
often being put on Shen, which is, you can play around Darius as Shen, but it's hard. It's a
very
really
hard.
rough time.
Yep.
And very little. Oh,
Sejuani,
wow.
I assume jungle.
So when you go on blue side, that means you want to first pick a very high priority champion. Sejuani is like
Rakan, or I don't know, Ziggs, Vlad, or Swain, or
Lucian.
Lucian. Yeah, Lucian.
The
Lotus
Sejuani
would like
to
the
me,
Lucian.
the Sejuani to me is not a first pick worthy champion. I think it's the best tank jungler in the. That's Rengar. That's a Rengar.
That's a Rengar.
Um.
Doesn't go for the Zen. Looks like he goes for the. I mean, I guess it could be top, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
It's probably Waldo on Rengar.
I guess that would be the situation that we find ourselves in.
Yes. So you think Sejuani's the best tank jungler in the game?
I think Sejuani's the
but-
best tank jungler in the game as of this patch. But that doesn't mean anything. Because no one wants to play tank junglers. I don't think tank junglers are like all that great. So
Just need to just buff Cinderhulk.
buffing Cinderhulk has have very many bad
I
ramifications.
know, but I like it when tank junglers are a thing.
All right, so Lux locked in. Is that going to Scoldin or is that going to Pip?
I honestly don't know. I feel like we've seen Piplup play it before.
I've also seen Scoldin play it, if I'm not mistaken. It also seems a champion that he would play, considering Xerath and Vel'Koz are 2 of GSM's bans. Likes to snipe people, long-range champions.
So we'll have to.
Well, okay, yeah, that all but confirms it.
That confirms it. They got a long-range sniping champion, and Piplup is gonna be on the Lux.
Yep. So, Swain versus Zoe. Well, I'm assuming the Swain is gonna go mid. So Swain versus Zoe. It's kind of an interesting matchup.
Wait,
okay,
nope.
now I'm wrong.
All right, Talon mid lane for
Talon mid.
Seymour. Swain. Did Beekeeper played it? You
I think it's gonna go to Beekeeper.
I
Yeah.
kind of think that too.
All right, I've just been thrown for a massive loop with this champion select. I don't understand the Sejuani first pick. I'm confused about the Swain until that Talon got locked in. Rengar is also a champion I was not expecting to see here. Renekton banned away from Shroombear.
So they banned the Darius. They've banned the Renekton. We did see OGR ban Aurelia every game. So perhaps he whips out the Aurelia if they don't ban it here.
Shen is a ban I expected to see if they hadn't locked it in that first rotation on the side of GSM. Levi's is that's definitely a comfort pick for him. Now, what do GSM ban out? I imagine is like another top laner, right? Something from Shroombear's arsenal that he has
That
shown
could.
to be
I
good.
mean, I feel like you could pull out something like Lucian. Oh my God, it's Lucian. There we go. All right, so they do pull out the Lucian. They ban that away from Lotus.
Yeah,
Where do you
just
think Lotus is gonna go in this game?
the highest priority ADC that Lotus has. I mean that since OU have not locked in an ADC and they don't want to give over the Lucian to him.
They
Now,
could
OU
have picked it.
Yeah, they definitely had the opportunity to pick it, but Dr. Mundo going to be banned as well, so remove that hyper tank from Levi's. Now GSM, they get to pick their support or their ADC here. You're right, they had the opportunity to pick the Lucian, but Naked Beekeeper didn't want to pick it.
Or maybe
Maybe he goes
he's
for-
already playing Swain too.
Oh yeah, you're right. So they'll pick a top laner here, right?
Maybe Shin, I guess. I mean,
Shen's banned.
oh wait, Shin is
Ornn.
banned.
Ornn makes sense to me.
Yeah, we've seen Levi do well on the Ornn before as well. So picks up the Ornn. What are we gonna see top lane from OU? I mean, Ornn's a pretty strong duelist champion, but he is still beefy and relatively immobile. There's a lot you could do to that. A lot of juggernauts could do fairly well.
I think.
Have we seen? I don't know how much we've seen of Shroombear's champion pool.
Well, it's gonna be Yasuo once again for Lotus.
So we've got Yasuo Lux bot lane, Zoe mid. Cho's gonna be going top against Ornn. Nope, swapping around to a bunch of champions. Not sure yet. Gonna go back. Oh, Aurelia. We did talk about how it's been banned every time today. I mean, I don't know. Let's see. To what point has Aurelia been nerfed when this game was played?
I mean,
Pretty nerfed, but not as nerfed as right now.
Well,
right?
it's not Aurelia, it's Riven.
Oh, it's Riven. I thought he was going to go for the Aurelia. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I guess Aurelia does decently into the Ornn, you know? She can use W whenever he's going for those bursty brittle procs and reduce their damage quite a bit. She's got the true damage and the mixed damage. Makes it not easy for a tank to itemize. So
But instead, we throw it all out the window and lock
throw it
in
out the
Riven.
window and lock in a Riven.
And Silver Spade's gonna get the Morgana. Oklahoma Platinum Rush felt it necessary to ban this champion away from him, and he's got his hands on it. Morgana Swain, very dangerous to be up against. And we get to see Waldo on Rengar this game.
And I think I'm gonna. I think I give the edge to.
It's hard.
I know. I mean, I'm really. Part of me wants to say GSM, but I feel like they lack any sort of like real carry. No offense to this team, but you got two assassins and a bruiser
Like
mage.
you don't have a champion that can put out excessive damage in the
Yes.
later stages of the game.
I think.
No
I think.
sustained damage.
Yeah, exactly. I think Talon and Rengar could definitely both be played against pretty quickly. Get some CC and some focus from them on your team. You can eliminate them both pretty quickly without losing really anybody for it. And if anybody does get lost, you're only losing like one person, not a bunch to a Wombo from like a Fed Oriana Ziggs or something. And then Swain, very short range, and even with his short range, his damage isn't even like it's good, but it's not like exceptional. I mean, a lot of it is the fact that he's so beefy and has so much sustain. Like that's a big part of him, you know. And he does good damage, but not great, not amazing. And he's also kind of gated by how close you are to him in the damage that he can deal. So, I mean, I think I'm going to give
So
the
it's
advantage to OU, I guess, because GSM, I don't think really
It's kind of like how hard can GSM snowball? Piplup about to face check into Silver Spade for the Dark Binding. He's not going to throw it out. Just a little bit of dance party in the mid lane.
I guess if they could consistently get picks with Morgana and the
BM from
assassins.
Silver Spade.
They've got I guess they've got Swain pull plus Morgana binding plus 2 assassins and then just sort of Ornn. I mean, maybe they could make some picks happen or win some skirmishes, but I think it's just a head-on 5v5. They're gonna lose every time.
Minions have spawned.
It depends on how well GSM snowball. I think that all of these champions do really well when you're ahead, as do most champions. But I think GSM, if they can get ahead, champion like Yasuo, who's behind,
That's
is
true.
kind of useless. Well, that's not entirely true because you have Wind Wall and you're up against an Ornn. You just block the ram from coming in whatsoever. It's like even better than Braum. But you do have to save the Wind Wall for that. You can't use it on a Dark Binding or a Never move.
It would have to be dedicated to blocking the Ornn.
So now Shroomberg gonna get breathed on and clapped by
A lot of damage
Levi's.
already.
Good
Trading
damage
back
back
pretty well,
from
though,
the
yeah.
Broken Wings. Levi's did get off a grass proc during all that, however. So,
And those really close trades, grass means so much because you're not only doing a little bit extra damage.
ooh, that's a good never move landing
Oh.
onto Lotus Will, yank him
Finding it
in,
down
and
the
Silver
middle.
Spade just laying down auto attacks onto him. They're
Another
gonna get-
proc. Trades
Levi's
are so
doing a good
close.
job, but now Shroom Bear. More auto attacks means that Shroom Bear starts to do more and more. Levi's kind of wants to clap him and then not let him auto attack me anymore with the broken wings. But there's level 2 hit by Shroom Bear. He's gonna go in with the shield, gets a good damage off, but Levi's blocking up as much as he can with that Bellows Breath Shield.
Getting pretty close there in the top lane. Levi was almost in trouble. That third Q plus another auto or two could have been the kill without the threat of that brittle proc being there. Knock him just for an interrupt under tower. Oh,
like,
that would be. You blew it. Like you had it right there, and you blew it. But so he doesn't fall for the trap. Doesn't go in there. Doesn't risk it.
And Levi's doing good damage with those volcanic ruptures onto Shroom Bear. Now that he's got that ability available. Lotus gonna come forward, start finding. Not gonna land as there's the stun onto Levi's. There's the third broken wings.
Doesn't want to go under tower though. Desperately, he does not want to do that. One tower shot at this point in the game is like 20%
Oh, wow,
of your
Shroom
health.
Bear gonna get ganked up by Waldo, gets jumped on. He's gonna flash for it, but it doesn't matter as the cat jumps out of the brush, takes him down. But he's gonna face check into Water Bear here, but he's actually got a backup and he's taking a very good trade. Stunned up, Water Bear gonna try and turn around some damage, but Arctic Assault comes out and the Aftershock will take him down. Levi's gonna get flashed on by Water Bear. If he has double buffs, he's gonna get a slow off here, and it's gonna be a double kill for the jungler of OU.
All right. Well, they think that Waldo seems to think that he can take the fight at first, but the damage from Water Bear is actually just too high. And Levi, who thought Waldo was going to win as well, comes. Oh, wow,
Never
double
gonna
snare.
connect.
And Levi, who thought that Waldo was going to win as well, got himself very close to that fight, and then Waldo goes down. He's like, oh no.
Seymour gonna get the face check out of Skolden, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble, but it doesn't matter. The auto attack and the ignite. Seymour solos out Skolden, looking for a roam up to that top lane.
Man, it's a very bloody game on the top side of the map. A lot of harass going down in the bot lane. No kills yet, but bloody up top. Well, slight advantage to GZSM at the end of the day.
Windwall blocking
Getting
up the
close to
never move.
1,000 gold. Even in kills, towers, and...
Just coming forward. Does get a knock up on the Steel Tempest onto Naked Beekeeper as the Light Binding connects onto Silver Spade. No real follow-up on that one.
Well, Piplup down in the bot lane, very low on mana. so
Lotus
Lotus
gonna get
needs
caught by
to-
the Never Move
uh-oh.
as he's sweeping blades in. The Ignite onto him as he heals and gets the heal out of Piplup and flashes to safety.
Last time he was playing the Yasuo, he was playing against Vladimir, who doesn't do as much damage at this stage of the game as a Swain does.
He also had a Braum, which is a little bit
Yes.
better as a support than Lux is.
Yeah, this Lux is ran out of mana pretty quickly, and now just can't do very much. Braum at least can still like throw it out as passive to help and just be beefy, but Lux does not have that luxury.
Yes, yes.
I
I saw it coming. Because Shroom Bear getting clapped on by Levi's. There's the Searing Charge knock-up. Wall has been used. Waldo was skulking around this bottom lane. There's the Vision of Empire.
Getting really low on the side of OU in both the top and bot lane.
Yeah, they're
Looking
playing
dangerous.
a dangerous game.
Now they're just kind of shoving up. Nobody can really get that
Scolding-
close anymore.
Just throwing out the paddle stars. Mid lane's been pretty quiet, other than Seymour catching out Skolden on the roam.
Was he trying to roam top lane or?
Yeah, Seymour just sat in that brush as Skolden was trying to roam top lane and killed him. He walked into the melee range of the Talon, not knowing that he was right there.
Yeah, and that's just awful because he can immediately get both rakes plus the I think it's his Q down.
Yeah, the
onto
Q
you.
and then auto you with the bleed, and then you're dead.
Yeah, and that Q when you're in melee range as well, isn't it?
It does more damage, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like necessarily crit, but yeah, okay, it does more damage. So he hits him with the enhanced Q, both parts of the rake, hits him with the ignite and the enhanced auto. And at that stage in the game, like level 4, that's plenty of damage to
Wow.
take down.
Seymour is roaming,
He's
looking
Zoe.
to for something bottom lane. He's gonna spot out Water Bear.
6-4.
Yeah, Water Bear does have the Arctic armor, but that doesn't look like he cares. The Dark Binding gonna connect. The Wind Wall comes out a little bit late.
Honestly, that to me was
Oh, Seymour gets the Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Skolden gonna get a Paddle Star up, but he does get the Rake out. Seymour takes about half of his health and damage, but Skolden really has to respect this. But Seymour used his ultimate attempting to kill Water Bear.
To me, that was an error in terms of game knowledge.
Yeah.
Sejuani has so much armor right then. Like, isn't it like 100 or more?
Yeah.
Like, it's so much armor, and he just blew his entire load right up front. Ultimate and everything to get reduced by that. Sejuani just goes over the wall, over half health after his full combo. I'm sure he's like thinking, but why did she take no damage to my full combo when she's
Seymour
2 levels
jumping
down?
in onto Skolden, does get the rake off, needs one more auto for that bleed, but he will not find it. Skolden using its real flash to get away.
But it's okay. I mean, maybe he thought it was going to kill her anyway. I mean, he does do quite a bit of damage right now.
Dark Binding gets yoinked in afterwards, but the Wind Wall did block up the Never Move.
Sometimes you just forget about those
Yeah,
smaller
it's kind of like a
interactions.
Malzahar. You got to do something to break it and then blow your load.
All right, still falling ever behind in the bot lane at the moment. They're having a hard time contesting this lane, and as such, they have I mean, good on them for not dying and, you know, at least getting some CS, but they are falling behind.
Small consolation as Lotus goes for the Steel Tempest. Doesn't even have Last Breath yet, only level 5 on this Yasuo. He's down 20 plus CS to Naked Beekeeper at this point. Waldo is here. There's the Wind Wall. Flash Soul Shackles as Lotus gonna get a 2-man knockup. Waldo trying to find a way in. There's the stun, and Waldo's gonna rip Lotus apart. Flashes in to get a kill. Silver Spade will pick it up, and they kill off both members of OU in the bottom lane.
Some pretty sweet moves from Silver Spade when the Steel Tempest came up. Black shielded himself to make sure that he couldn't be a CC target. The ultimate lands.
There's
His
the Arctic
team-
Assault as Levi's now getting jumped on. He's searing, charging back away, but the Glacial Prison gonna connect. Shroombear now jumps onto him. There's the Call of the Forge God, but he cannot pull it in. He throws it back out onto him, and Waterbear takes a couple tower shots, but Shroombear is able to finish him off as Waterbear survives.
Down there in the bot lane, really good plays by Silver Spade. Once he saw that his team secured the kill on the Yasuo, he hit Piplup with the binding to help secure that kill as well. So nice moves, nice team like skirmish focus, Silver Spade. And though there is a kill in the top lane for OU, GSM is going to pick up that Ocean Dragon. Always the objective focus team.
1.3 thousand gold, 1,000 gold now in favor of GSM. Waldo, a 2-in-1 Rengar. Looking to get on top. Oh, Seymour gets Sleepy Trouble bubbled as he Assassin's Path over the wall. Paddle Star will do a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, pretty good damage for not really having any items, but it's going to take items to turn those kinds of picks into kills.
Waldo does pick up his Stalker's Blade for that slow, and as well as a little bit of extra burst with the true damage. Like finding a sidestep by Silver Spade as he just coming forward, runs past the Lucent Singularity. Vision of Empire going to be thrown down. A Dark Binding going to connect onto Piplup. Silver Spade doesn't have the Soul Shackles yet, but the Never Move doesn't find Piplup. Not quite aimed there. Silver Spade just throwing out the Tormented Soul, but Lotus is continuously doing auto attack damage onto Silver Spade. Flashes past him, looking for the damage. He's just going to auto him away. The Final Spark going to come out, and there's the Last Breath on the Naked Beekeeper after the knockup. He's going to pop his stopwatch, but you've got Water Bear to deal with here. He's going to flash on the Piplup. He gets him before he goes down. Nicely done by Naked Beekeeper, but it's a double kill for the Yasuo. Now while they're jumping in onto Shroombear, and Rengar finds a third kill.
Right, so they get, it's 1 for 2 down in the bot lane, and then another kill in the top lane, making it across the map, a 2 for 2.
GSM, Silver Spade not respecting, just letting Lotus auto attack him for over and over and over again. Teleport canceled into the bottom lane by Levi's. He was just pretending it was a bluff.
And
I
I
didn't
guess
wanna
it pays
come down
off.
here.
Yasuo backs off, leaves the bot tower alone. He stays top and gets 100 seconds back on his cooldown there.
Shroombear will actually use his teleport into the top lane. He's building himself an item. It's gonna be that Warden's Mail, going for the Frozen Heart on this. I'm a little bit surprised that he's going for Frozen Heart as opposed to the Iceborne Gauntlet. Losing out a little bit of damage there, not getting any extra CDR, and yes, the attack speed debuff. Well, Shroombear gonna pop a lot of damage onto him. Levi's gonna use the Call of the Forge God, but sidestep by Shroombear. He's got the Wind Slash coming up, but Levi's is trading nicely. Can he do it? Needs it. No, the Broken Wings comes out. Shroombear solo kills Levi's in the top lane.
Whew, very close fight. Both ultimates come out, but at the end of the day, Shroombear is the one who is able to win the fight. Which is pretty good considering There was a Warden's Mail and a Glacial Shroud on the side of the Ornn.
Yeah,
No Black Cleaver or anything like that for this Riven, so...
not yet, but Seymour's going to try and even it up. He's looking to chase down Shroombear. It's a very, very mobile champion. Can he do it? He needs to get onto him. Flash Q, and there's the Shadow Assault. He has the bleed, and he has the kill.
Oh, he looks like he stopped there to help get the stun, but it didn't stun him.
There's a good never move onto Piplup. Throws out the wind wall, but Silver Spade is on the wrong side. Dark Binding and Soul Shackles, but it doesn't matter. Here's Water Bear to finish him off. Red Buff gets the killing spree for Water Bear.
Man, Water Bear is just in the right place at the right time this game. Doing everything he can to help his team win and try and pull out the second place. He's going to be 3-0-2 on this Sejuani pick, which is a little bit like, why'd they first pick it? I do remember seeing a Sejuani ban at some point today. I don't remember which team banned it in which game. It wasn't out frequently, but it was banned, so he must have some decent games on it in his OPGG.
Yeah, Water Bear coming in, just Waldo jumps past him, kicks up the blue buff, but at what cost? He's gonna get stunned up here as Water Bear throws it in, and there's 4 members of OU.
Oh no,
Seymour just
jumped in.
assassin
He's
path
back
in
out.
the wrong way.
Oh, Water Bear throws the ult wide.
Dodging away the Glacial Prison with that Assassin's Path as well. Naked Beekeeper looking for a never moves. The Secret Trouble Bubble gonna zone him away. Dark Binding gonna connect. The Wind Wall comes out, not to any effect.
Golden, he gets hit by all the CC, but is able to walk away. Talon shoves into the mid lane and starts roaming into the bot side jungle. Maybe hoping to catch somebody here, but if he runs into Sejuani and Zoe, he's gonna have to jump right back out.
Alright, so Shroombear getting his way with this tower. I think he'll get it. Here comes Levi's, and Shroombear, we're not going to risk it. He'll back away. Tormented Soul going to break Lotus's recall. And Seymour with a Duskblade of Drakthar and a Tiamat. Very likely to blow up anyone on the side of OU not named Water Bear.
I mean, they're going to have to keep trying to make picks with these. I think that at least right now, OU's done well enough to stay in this game that they're not really snowballing like we talked about it earlier.
Yeah.
And the longer they go without snowballing, the worse this game's going to get for GSM. Just don't have any sort of like sustained damage threat in the mid and late game, really. I mean, if OU can stay in the game long enough and play around these assassins and play around the limited range that Swain has, and I don't think it's going to be very hard for them to win a team fight.
Oh, here comes Water Bear jumping onto Levi's. Shroombear trying to get onto him. There's the stun. A couple auto attacks. Levi's will flash away from it.
Shroombear did ult there, I think. Yep. Really thought they were going to get that one, but nice flash by Levi's to get himself out.
He's finished off his Frozen Heart at this point. Again, I'm confused about the Frozen Heart as opposed to the Iceborne Gauntlet. I guess he just values the attack speed debuff on Lotus that much, but I think Branduin's reducing crit damage is enough for you personally to avoid getting killed by the Yasuo, and then the damage from Iceborne Gauntlet is almost certainly worth it.
I mean, especially when we saw how close their fight was before, maybe having that extra damage is what he needs.
Good Searing Charge onto Shroombear, gets a grasp of the Undying proc, and is going to give him a clap. Here comes the call of the Forge God. He's looking for the 1v1, but Shroombear dodges away from it. But Shroombear has no ultimate. He already used that Blade of the Exile. He's going to get clapped up. A Searing Charge. No, the Volcanic Rupture doesn't come up fast enough, but Levi's needs one more auto to finish it off. A Cloud Drake goes over to OU, but he's going to Glacial Prison. Waldo flashes over the CP Trouble Bubble, and he'll jump onto him. Nevermove going to connect. Meanwhile, onto the bottom lane. Looks like at the same time Shroombear made it out alive, Levi's not able to finish him off.
I think had the stun landed, I think had Sejuani jumped back into the pit with the dash and then flashed out of the pit instead of running, flashing and dashing to a bush, then that could have helped. Also, so he could have provided a little bit more support had he run that way. Would have been a little bit easier to land a bubble.
Just look for the knockup. A Black Shield comes on the Naked Beekeeper just for safety. GSM, they have a near 2,000 gold lead thanks to that tower first blood they got mid. But it's definitely, and like, it's 16 minutes. That's not insubstantial. But
well, yeah, and there's also pretty decent CS leads for both the jungle and the bot lane on the side of GSM.
But I do think you're right that they're going to run into problems here fairly soon. Water Bear's starting to tank up, and he'll be able to eat a lot of damage that Seymour and Waldo can put out.
I mean, I have to say, the Lux pick, maybe laning phase wise, not great, but I mean, it shouldn't be too hard for Lux to hit either Rengar or Talon, which while they both have
Waldo just jumps in onto Piplup, and wow, so much damage coming out. Now Lotus in a bad spot. The Soul Shock is going to be broken as he sweeping blades out. Throws out the Steel Tempest. Here's Water Bear to try and support. Lotus is just running in, but there's a tower right there. He's not going to be able to make it out. Trying to get in there. Dark Binding going to shut him down. Now Water Bear trying to focus down Waldo as Scolding came in from support. They're not able to pick up any kills. The CB Trouble Bowl going to connect onto Silver Spade. Levi's now going to get jumped up by Shroombear, stunned up, knocked up by the broken wings. Levi's not able to breathe on him.
Before Lux died, as I was saying about Lux, was I think when it comes to these fights and stuff, between the, oh wow.
Seymour, this might be a little greedy. Pops the Shadow Assault. Gonna have to back away. Glacial Prison catches him as soon as he pops out. Battlestar, he flashed away from it, and he'll Assassin's Path over the Dragon Pit. A tower goes down in favor of GSM in the bottom lane. Levi's just trying to hold top.
And this could be the beginning of the snowball that GSM needs to win this game.
Shroombear sidestepping a lot of Levi's abilities as well as landing those broken wings, but Levi's just continuing to breathe on him. Here's the call to Forge God. Shroombear, can he dodge it? Good flash over. Now he's gonna pop the ultimate now. Wind Slash is available, but it's not enough. Levi's isn't enough. He's gonna need one more auto, but Shroombear it once again is on top.
Ooh, and it gets even closer.
Oh, this teleport is gonna be wasted.
Gets it, and the teleport gets interrupted. Yeah. Anyway, before all the action broke out, I think that Lux will have a decent time with the shield and the binding on keeping the squishier members of OU alive when these assassins come in a team fight later. That's when you're going to start to feel the lack of sustained damage.
It's the light binding onto Waldo. Not that he would have been able to kill him anyway. He's full support Lux, no AP whatsoever in his build.
So, still have a gold lead in favor of GSM, about 3k.
2 towers to 1. OU did pick up that one in the top lane.
I'd say OU has the edge in Dragons because we are leaving laning phase, so now Cloud's going to be a bit more valuable than that Ocean might have been earlier in the game. So, leads for GSM. Can OU pull it back? I think if they can start to turn it around, then they've kind of got it in the bag. But GSM, if they can grow this lead that they already have, shouldn't be too hard for them to close out.
But a Rift Tower was just picked up by OU. That's going to go a long way towards helping them come back in and neutralize this gold discrepancy. Bear clearing away, take his own blue buff. Not going to give it over to Skolden.
So much damage on the jungle camps. There goes the E. Shroombear is not looking for a fight
but
back.
look out for Seymour. Seymour going to jump over, find Shroombear. He's going to pop the Shadow Assault, gets breathed on. They have enough damage. Seymour on a killing spree.
Nice moves by Seymour there.
Oh, here we go. Here's Waldo going to be flying in. Good light binding going to connect, but it doesn't matter. It's cleansed off, and Waldo rips Piplup apart. Lotus is trying, but the dark binding to the face means a second kill for GSM in the bottom lane.
3 members of OU drop, and it looks like GSM's got what it takes this game to close it out. If they win this game, they are guaranteed second place.
Yep. GSM just starting to push in on this bottom lane. Water Bear's on his way down to try and hold him off, but Silver Spade's going to spot him out. He's going to Arctic Assault in, but the Dark Binding connects, and so does the Never Move. This might have been a mistake by the jungler of OU as he flashes back under tower. Going to throw out the W. Waldo is going to get the Black Shield, but the Redemption going to come down. A Sleepy Triple going to land onto Seymour, the Paddle Star, and a couple tower shots. Farewell jump over. Dark Binding going to land once again, and there's the Ignite, and Water Bear has wandered a little too close. Tower going down in the top lane in favor of GSM as Levi's will get onto it. Waldo flashes and blows Piplup up. A Dark Binding going to find Skolden as he shuts down Waldo, and now Shroombear is in the midst. Wind Slash takes down Silver Spade. Naked Beekeeper pops the Demonic Ascension. Lotus trying to get in there, but the Demon Flare will take him down. Naked Beekeeper getting the flash out of Skolden as there's the Shadow Assault on the Shroombear, and the Rake coming back will get the Rampage for Seymour. Naked Beekeeper and Seymour are now on the run away from Skolden, who's out of mana, cannot continue the chase.
It ends up being a 4v2 in favor of GSM, so things are definitely looking good for them now. They got that triple kill across the map, not, a 1-1 champion. They pick up 3 kills across the map, then they come and turn another fight into a 2-for-4, so looking good for them.
Yep.
Now up
Meanwhile,
2
Levi's just hitting that top lane.
It didn't have teleport yet, was already top, might as well just keep on pushing it up.
Trying to reclaim some vision in their own jungle. There's an Ocean Drake available. Not super high priority, but better us than them have it, right? Phantom Dancer for Lotus, so he is sitting at 60% crit as it is. 2 BF swords. Once he gets that Infinity Edge, a big spike in damage for that Yasuo. Seymour has 2 lethality items. It's just going to run around blowing up whoever he wants on the side of OU. Rift Herald dropped in the mid lane by Water Bear. He can escort that in as Water Bear now jumping in onto Seymour. He actually goes for the Shadow Assault, just fearing the potential engage from Water Bear. Rift Herald gonna hit the tower, does do a fair chunk of damage onto it. Here comes Waldo with his ultimate though. He's in busy. Who's he gonna jump on? It looks like it's gonna be Piplup, but Dark Binding gonna land onto the Sejuani. He's gonna jump onto Lotus actually. The Black Shield thrown onto him, but the Wind Wall comes out. Waldo goes very low and does go down in exchange for Lotus. Dark Binding eaten by the Wind Wall in his last legs. Naked Beekeeper Zanya's. The Call of the Forge God coming in from Levi's. He's gonna re-engage, knocks up 2. Last Breath not available, but there's Seymour going unstoppable as he rips apart Skolden in the back line. Redemption gonna come down, does chunk down OU a little bit. They're gonna continue the chase, but Light Binding will push them back.
Do you know that's that? And no, yeah, I think that.
Oh,
my
Levi's
goodness.
flashes for the Searing Charge. One more auto, but the stun. A shield comes out from Piplup, but he's able to finish him off with the Volcanic Rupture.
I did not know that Redemption triggered Airy.
Yeah,
I did not know that, but Airy barely did not kill Water Bear there.
GSM do get the Inhibitor Tower in the mid lane, while OU looking to try and re-engage Water Bear in the midst of it with the Glacial Prison available. He's going to Arctic Assault find Levi's, but he's going to get pulled in. Nevermove going to connect. Levi's now going to get a knock up onto Lotus, but here's Shroom Bear and a 2-man Last Breath off of the Broken Wing. Silver Spade in, and Naked Beekeeper instantly fall down. Seymour pops the Shadow Assault, and the Blades coming back do finish off Lotus.
Alan just escapes into the jungle, hopping over the trees like they're nothing, but he comes back. It's chased off again.
Shroom Bear is a big threat. Waldo looking for a way in as Rengar. He does have ultimate if they wanted to go for this one. Let's try and blow up Shroom Bear as fast as they can, but it's a very dangerous prospect jumping onto that Riven. Waldo cleansing away the slow, but now he's got to be careful. Shroom Bear looking for the stun, does get it onto Seymour, who's going to Assassin's Path over the side. Final Spark not going to connect as Seymour flashes over and just jumps over a few more walls. Waldo
Right,
just
that
hanging
might
around
be
here.
the second dragon for OU, this time an Ocean Drake.
But Waldo has his ultimate and he's got Smite available. He has a level over Water Bear if he wanted to go for this, but it doesn't look like he's just trying to pick someone off on the side of OU. Control war or sweeping through the area. Dark Binding gonna connect onto Shroom Bear as Waldo. Is that the target he wants? He's gonna jump onto it with the Black Shield, and Shroom Bear's ripped apart. Now Naked Beekeeper trying to chase down Piplup with the Demonic Ascension, running the Light Binding gonna connect and push him back. Seymour just jumping over the wall, gets hit by a Sleepy Trumpet Bubble, but he's invisible. Waldo Silver Spade meanwhile flashing away. Final Spark gonna be sidestepped as the Paddle Star will break Seymour's sleep. Dark Binding gonna connect onto Water Bear over the wall, but that doesn't matter all that much. Things calming down a little bit. GSM still find themselves almost 8,000 gold in the lead at this point.
Alright. Both teams just sort of
Back away, it's like,
yeah,
alright.
just backing, spending gold.
Let's
gonna
calm down a little bit, everyone.
spread out across the map. GSM, though, at the series of all of those events, unfortunate events for OU, are going to be very happy with this large 8k gold lead that they now have. Up 4 towers, down a dragon, but that's okay. I think they're still pretty happy where this game is at the moment.
Guys with a Warmonk's armor and a Spectre's cowl starting to build up some of those extra health items. They'll be regenning pretty quickly. Zanya's
Remembers bot lane for GSM.
Yeah, very dangerous for
Yeah,
them to
Baron.
have all those people down bottom lane if OU were to go for this
They
Baron.
have 4.
Meanwhile,
Wait a minute, they have
Shroombear
4.
aggressing onto Levi's. Here's the call to Forge God. Waterbear gonna get the Glacial Prison off, which means he cannot. He sends it the wrong direction, and that means that certain death for the top laner of GSM. They're just gonna slowly but surely chase him down. Black Cleaver ripping his armor. Wind Slash and the auto attack. Waldo gonna jump on a Lotus, but it gets knocked up. Light Binding and the final spark. Waldo gonna go down to the auto attack. Now Seymour jumps in. He's gonna get taken down. A Steel Tempest crit from Lotus. 3 members of GSM fall for no reason.
Oh man, so they send 4 members bot to take a tower, but then they lose their top laner topside near Baron. The 4 members start to roam top. The 2 faster ones, Rengar and Talon, get there before Swain and Morgana. They take on the Lux and the Yasuo, but it's
Wind
not
Wall.
enough. Yeah, between the Wind Wall, the Binding, and the Shield, it's just not enough. Yasuo's damage is very high. They clean both of those assassins up. Swain and Morgana still lagging
Wind
behind.
Wall and the Dark Binding, or a Light Binding gonna connect. They're gonna follow him. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble landed, and Silversmith stunned up and taken down as well. A Baron plus 4 kills at the end of it all to OU.
So 4 kills for OU, Baron for OU, and GSM never even takes the bot lane that they sent 4 people to get. Oh no. So they had an 8k gold lead. They had the game seemingly in their hands, but OU has flipped back on it a bit. Now only 3k down with a Baron buff.
Yeah, Baron buff on everybody as well. Lotus is reaching that critical mass where Yasuo starts coming online, and Waldo gonna jump in. He's gonna try and assassinate someone. Piplup is not the target you want, as there's the soft watch, and Waldo just gonna get shredded by Lotus. The final, or the Light Binding and the last breath onto the Naked Beekeeper. He Zonya's away, but he's on top of a Sleepy Trouble Bubble. It'll get sleep immediately, and Naked Beekeeper goes down. Seymour jumps into the back line. Piplup is gonna go down, but the Glacial Prison will keep him locked up, and that's 3 more kills to OU in exchange for their support.
This is what I was talking about with those 3 champions exactly. They just kind of go in, they get locked up, they get blown up. They maybe get 1 person, aka Piplup this time around, but that isn't worth it at the end of the day. A Ziggs getting an ult onto like 4 people and chunking them all for half is worth more than just like picking off 1 person and dying.
Yeah, Dark Binding gonna connect onto Waterbear. Levi's trying to hold them back. He's gonna go for the Searing Charge, gets a knock up on the 2, but that's all of his CC he's got left. The Black Shield gonna eat the stun, but now Silver Spade is left out to dry. Call the Forge God gonna come in just to push him back, but Lotus has gone a little too deep here. He's gonna go down. A shutdown goes over to Levi, says the Dark Binding under tower is gonna take down Waterbear. Now Waldo, Skolden is nowhere to go. There's the slow on the Shroombear. He's gonna get jumped on. Waldo gonna rip him apart, but he's still alive. Windslash gonna come out. Waldo is gonna fall to the broken wings as Skolden makes it out alive. Now Levi's and Shroombear just duking it out. Here comes, not the
Skolden
shift
comes
you wanted
back
in.
and
Skolden in last kill before he goes away, and Shroombear will fall as well.
Well, just as quickly as OU brought themselves back into the game, they find themselves aced. Well, not quite aced, I guess.
That
Piplup
redemption
did
will
get
not
out.
kill Silver Spade.
Wait, did Piplup get out or did he just die? No, he died in that fight.
He died earlier.
Really delayed ace, but that happens right after they seem to get themselves back into the game. Although, the objectives that they were able to pick up during that has left them, even after getting aced, only 2k behind. They've actually closed the gap even more.
Yeah,
Despite all dying.
5 towers to 5 now. The map is just about even. This game all of a sudden got a lot more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. GSM was 8k a hold. Then after picking up a good win at a Baron, they were only 4k ahead. Then after picking up some towers and then throwing their lives away, they find themselves at the end 2k behind. So, 2k behind, even in objectives at this point. My goodness, this game was blown open, and now it's anybody's game, honestly. And honestly, I think it's OU's game, given what we said earlier about GSM's comp. They did start making the snowballing happen. I thought that was going to be it, and then it was not.
Oh man, and Lotus, after Phantom Dancer Eye Edge, has a frozen mallet. He is definitely reached that point where Yasuo gets to do whatever he wants. Silver Spade gonna be spotted out. The Dark Binding gonna go wide. The Sleepy Trouble Bubble will as well. Waterbear blowing the Black Shield from Silver Spade as he clears out this control ward. Now Shroombear and Levi's just fighting on the other side of the little brushed area. Waterbear has found Silver Spade. Arctic Assault eaten by the Black Shield. Now GSM on the other side, and Light Binding gonna connect on the Naked Beekeeper. Just a little bit down. Well, the Sleepy Trouble Bubble also. Paddlestar gonna come out. blocked up by some other member of GSM, and Seymour hanging around the side looking for a way in, trying to find a good assassination target. Searing Charge blows himself into the wall, but that's a never move! Gonna connect, Naked Beekeeper gets the stopwatch out of Piplup. Piplup is gonna be caught out of position, and he's gonna go down as the final spark comes out. Call the Forge God, wind-walled up by Lotus. Naked Beekeeper now Zanya's away. Lotus running down the other side. Seymour looking for to jump onto him with the Shadow Assault. Waterbear focused down by 3 members of GSM as Seymour does successfully assassinate Lotus. Waterbear gonna fall. Waldo is slapped up as he cannot finish off Skolden. Just needs to get into the brush, but he cannot do so. Skolden and Shroombear make it out alive, but the other 3 members of OU do fall, and GSM lose nothing for it other than a little bit of health.
So yeah, OU picks up another Ocean Dragon, but that's not worth an inhibitor.
Yeah, the inhibitor almost certainly going to go down in favor of GSM there. They find themselves a sigh of relief on the side of GSM as Shroombear now goes aggressive.
Alright, GSM back in with a nice secure lead once again, getting close to 4K. That's nice.
We're going to steal away the blue buff for himself. Waldo hanging around, just clearing out vision. See if some errant squishy on the side of OU jumps into him, or runs into him rather.
Alright, so as they retreat, they also pick up a lot of camps as well, helping them get to that actual 4K mark, not just almost 4K. So good lead for GSM once again. They still have all of their inhib towers and inhibs. They are backing, and if they can make all their fights happen like that, then that's awesome. But they need to win the game. They need to win this game because Lotus is only going to become more problematic as this goes on. Seen how much damage he could do with 2 items. Then he got 3 items. Now he's got 4 items.
That is the progression.
Yes.
Waldo face checks into 3 members of OU. Light Binding connects and Naked Beekeeper's locked up. Gonna dodge away from the Glacial Prison. Waterbear needs to just press E on him. Light Binding gonna connect. The stun expires, but Naked Beekeeper now has to run down the side. Lotus is just gonna rip him apart as he dashes through with the Sweeping Blade. There's the call of the Forge God coming in, but the Wind Wall isn't available. No, it's not. It knocks up a lot of members, but there's no damage to follow up. Redemption coming down. Lotus is gonna survive. Levi's breathing forward. The final spark gonna come out. Not a whole lot of damage as they yoink in Waterbear. They kill off Waldo. They don't get too much more for it.
Is there a reason Sejuani was throwing the stun? Just throw the stun. It was so close. He was close. I'm pretty sure that was within range from what I've seen. But oh well. Doesn't throw the stun. Does not get stunned.
Yeah, OU, they have to back away to deal with the minion wave hitting their Nexus towers.
Right, they gotta have to go clear up the minions, but that was a 1 for 0, right?
Yeah, Baron spawning in 15 seconds.
Gonna have to clear this out. Lotus is gonna need to get some health back somehow before he shows up to this fight with Baron.
Oh.
I guess not. I guess he's just going for it.
Waldo is back
over half
alive.
health.
Seymour might be the target. They see him all alone up in that top lane. Silverspit hanging around just to make sure, but OU gonna reclaim some vision in the area. Levi's not here for this fight just yet. Lotus is fine. He's got double ocean.
Yeah, I guess that started kicking in. He's regenerating.
Alright, but OU, nobody pulls the trigger on the Baron just yet. And everyone's just gonna back away. Everyone's like, alright, we're cool. We fought for a long time. This is our holiday truce. We'll just clear out minion waves.
And that gold lead that GSM got were able to get back to 4K. Now shrunk a little bit.
I'm overall not a big fan of this. I didn't point it out earlier, but Skolden went 2nd item Lichbane on Zoe. I think Morella Nomicon might have been a little bit better suited for flat magic penetration, as well as the Grievous Wounds for Naked Beekeeper's Swain. But that's beside the point. GSM clearing out vision once again. They will take back the vision control in the Baron area.
At least he has Morello now,
Piplup.
I guess. Oh!
Ooh, close there. Waterbear coming forward. He's going to get his Arctic armor broken by the Tormented Soil, but now there's the Dark Binding. Levi's not going to get anything. The Black Shield's still on him, but now it's broken. There's the final spark coming across the CP Trouble Ball. Blows up Naked Beekeeper! A shutdown goes over as now Shroombear got in there with a big broken wings. Levi's focused down by 4 members of OU. 3 members of GSM die instantly.
Truebear had some nice zoning there. Really crazy burst on the Swain from the Zoe, followed up by the Yasuo, who picks up 3 kills over the course of that fight with the pretty crazy damage, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, OU, they're going for this one, but look at this Seymour and Waldo trying to end the game. Shroombear sent back to deal with them. The first Nexus Tower's down, but OU are going to get the Baron, and they're going to have Baron-empowered recalls. Shroombear stalling. Waldo can't finish him up. And now the other 4 members of OU are going to be back, and they have to back away.
Really good on Shroombear there to get that, back off. Get that back off and stop them from winning the game. They do get a Nexus turret and a half, but Shroombear is able to prevent
the tower
win.
in the bottom lane thanks to Winions.
Winions.
But GSM, they only have... the
gold
is
is
almost
dead even. It is! Oh, it is dead even. The gold is dead even. OU's down 2 towers, up 2 dragons, up 2 barons, which is just, relevant for gold.
OU's actually
the
2
first
towers
one.
down.
That's what I meant to say, sorry. They're down 2 towers, up 2 dragons, up 2 barons, down 4 kills, and we've got very close to even gold. Game is getting extra interesting, and I'm saying it every time, but I really think GSM needed to win this game earlier. It's only going to get harder as it goes on. This Yasuo's going to get really big. That last fight looked pretty decidedly in OU's favor, and I'm worried the next one's going to look the same way.
Inhibitor has respawned for OU, so they don't have to worry about super minions crashing into their last remaining Nexus tower, but GSM have to worry about this Elder Drake. Silver Spade gonna get light bind, or the Lucent Singularity damage, Dark Binding gonna count, but there's a Sleepy Trouble bubble. Silver Spade might be in trouble, but Naked Beekeeper has wandered a little bit close here. He's gonna get slowed, he's gonna get stunned.
No!
What?
Sejawati, press your stun button!
Oh, here we go. Waldo ready to jump in. The Call of the Forge God coming in from Levi's, but the wind wall not available. Finals are going to come out. Waldo jumps in, but they're too tanky. Waldo just going to get ripped apart. Lotus flashes to safety, and they do finish off Seymour before they can get the assassination off. Naked Beekeeper has the Black Shield, but the last breath going to come down, and Levi's will fall. Naked Beekeeper doesn't do enough damage. His Waterbreak going to chase him down. They take down Silver Spade. Naked Beekeeper trying to run for his life. The Never Move going to land, but it doesn't matter. The prismatic barrier from Piplup will keep him safe. Now Scolding going to come forward. There does land some damage. The Light Binding going to connect. The Sleepy Trouble will and the ace for 0 for OU.
And while that fight was looking pretty close for a while there, I think we saw the difference in a team with a sustained damage threat and a team without a sustained damage threat. That also just started shredding through the carries while his team peeled and healed him, and then he started shredding through the remaining members of GSM as soon as he finished them off. And that's was what my issue with it earlier. Like you said, they did have a chance to snowball, and they really did. They were up 8k in several objectives, but they end up throwing a fight or two, making the game closer than it needed to be, and OU was able to stick it out long enough to make the win happen.
Yeah, so now OU at 2-3, GSM at the same score, and they're now 1-1 against one another. The next game will determine everything for these two teams, whether who gets second and who goes away with third place.
The coveted bronze medal.
Yeah, so we're going to take a short break before we get into that last game between these two teams and the final game of Platinum Cap playoffs. We'll see you in just a little bit. Thank you all for watching.
the wrongs and every reason why we've changed. And there's a storm inside my head. It's getting me in trouble, baby, and I can't break away. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy, take it easy. I thought that I could keep it low. Take it easy, take it slow. We ended up just like before. So take it easy.
Internet, hello and welcome back to OKLCS Summer Playoffs. We are about to get into the 9th and final game of
This is the final
Platinum
game of
Cup
like
playoffs.
all competitive OKLCS get wrecked until the start of the fall stuff.
Yep. So, it is going to be the third and final game between OU Platinum and Gecko Slammer Armageddon. Without further ado, let's jump into it. Both of these teams coming in 2 and 3, and they are 1 and 1 against one another. No matter what, neither of these teams can match
OGR.
Oklahoma Platinum Rush. But this game does determine who is second place and who is third. So we are in Champion Select.
Right.
Darius is banned away by... So whoever did this didn't change the names. Because this is GSM and this is OU.
Hopefully it gets swapped. Oof.
But GSM banning away Darius and Vel'Koz.
Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah, someone's changing it at this point. There you go.
Oop.
Wow.
There it is.
All right, Darius and Vel'Koz banned away. Graves, the staple ban against Waldo up at this point. There's the Swain ban from Naked Beekeeper and Seymour by OU. Now GSM, they got one more ban. Who's it gonna be at? I think it's like probably gonna be Lucian, right?
Mhm.
It's something that they ban away.
Oh,
Yasuo.
well, I
okay.
guess at this point they're like, nope.
Nope.
More afraid of Yasuo than Lucian.
No,
Leaving it
none
up
of that.
this time.
None of that. 100%
GSM could
crit
first
chance.
pick it. They haven't seemed to feel inclined to pick it at any point yet today, but they could. There's always an option.
Yeah, first pick the Lucian, first pick potentially the Rakan. Something along those lines. OU with their final ban are gonna take the Heimerdinger out of Naked Beekeeper's hands. And now GSM with their first pick, what do they lock themselves into? What is a first pick worthy champion you could grab right now?
I would
think
pick.
Xerath would be a contested pick between Seymour
true.
and Skolden and
Alright,
GSM.
now here you pick Lucian Braum.
Yeah, I think I agree. Lucian Braum would be very good. However, that does leave open the Morgana counter, soft counter.
That's true. Morgana
And
soft
Silver
counter.
Spade is very good on the Morgana. No,
They're
they
gonna
are
steal
going to take the
Morgana.
Morgana
Okay. Lucian, maybe before it gets banned.
before it gets banned or picked by GSM.
I guess Golden could pick it at the end here. they
yeah,
don't
but
think
they're
it'll be
leaving it
picked.
open for GSM
Yeah.
to pick it. Yeah, I
Like,
think
lot of
Lucian would be
decision.
a good pickup here,
Nope,
but
they want the Sedge. They liked it last game.
yeah, they're gonna pick up the Sejuani in the jungle. That high priority tank jungler, Waterbear did do a very good job on it for the most part. Kind of being where he needs to be on the map. Now GSM,
Are they gonna steal the Lucian? Maybe.
that's what I would do if Naked Beekeeper is comfortable playing it. Xin Zhao is gonna be the pick for Waldo. That's kind of what we expected last game for him to pick,
Yeah.
but instead he went with a Rengar, which didn't end up working out
So
super
maybe
well
this
for
time
GSM.
he's like, let's go back to the Zen. So back to the Zen. Xerath makes it through pick ban for once, so that's gonna get picked up as well. Xerath most likely going mid, although I guess there's a world in which you could take it
there's
bot
no
lane,
way it's
but
going
like
bot
I
lane.
don't think so either. I
going
definitely
to
think it's been
Seymour.
banned away because they don't want Seymour off of it. But
So GSM will pick
Ezreal.
up Ezreal for Naked
That's not
Beekeeper.
Lucian. All right, so is it gonna be the Lucian here that Skolden picks up? I guess they did lock in it. They could ban it.
I
So
think
you gotta pick it now or risk it being banned.
I think if they're afraid of mid lane getting pinched, they have to pick a mid laner here and just have to give away we don't
Let
get the
Lucian
Lucian
get
here.
banned.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Oh, they want to go for it's
Oh!
mid lane.
Morgana?
Unless it's mid lane Rakan.
One of those two things is happening. Either mid lane Morgana or mid lane Rakan. I'm not a fan of either of those two things, but pending the rest of OU's composition, we might see it be successful.
So,
Shen gonna
how
be banned
exactly
away.
does mid Rakan work? Because I've actually seen people, even at higher levels of play, make it work, and I'm not sure really how it works.
You build AP, you build Proto Belt, you RW somebody and Proto Belt, and they die.
That's really all to it?
That's kind of all there is to it.
Just press all your buttons on them plus Proto Belt and they die?
Yeah.
Wow. He doesn't have damage for that
Your
with AP.
Yeah, so your shield passive scales with AP.
Okay.
Your Q damage
Helps you with your
also
trades.
scales with AP.
That's the feather that heals you. Does the heal scale with AP?
It scales with level and it scales with AP, I believe.
Okay, so
Brand is going to be banned away as
he
well.
gets
from
more
GSM.
damage, more shielding, and more healing.
Shen is a good ban away from Levi's since they have not locked in a top laner yet. It is kind of a staple for GSM. Irelia taken away from Shroombear. Are they going to ban the Riven? They think it's worth a ban. If they do, they either have to ban, well, they ban the Renekton from Shroombear, which means Lotus now has the option to go for the Lucian. But instead,
Nope.
they're going to go for the
Xayah
Xayah. They had the
Rakan.
Rakan already, so
Alright,
that is
Morgana mid.
Morgana. It's going to be Xayah Rakan bottom lane. That Morgana mid definitely was a bait pick from OU, but I wonder how well it works for them. I don't know. I don't think that the mid Morgana is going to be that impactful considering what GSM have locked in. Pyke to go with Ezreal
Nice. I like
or
Pyke.
Silver Spade. And now they got to lock in a top laner for Levi's. The Shen not available, but they could just go for the Ornn once again if they wanted to.
Now I want to make like a I don't know, just like a little graphic for that's like a parody of the whole I like Ike thing back during that, but I like Pyke. Pyke for president.
I think it's going to be Ornn.
Let's see.
We've
only got, here we go, Poppy. Block that Rakan engage.
Yeah, I get, I don't think Poppy's like a perfect top laner, but in this particular situation when Rakan is your primary engage, it's definitely very viable for Levi's to pick that one up. But he did have to pick it blind, and now they're going to get their choice of counter on the side of OU. Will it be Garen? He's done it before.
Yeah,
and
it's
he is
going to
lock it in.
Yeah, Poppy probably seems like a champion that would struggle against the Garen. She does have Poppy's damage is good, but like it's all damage that can get mitigated fairly effectively by Garen's W. If she's going for the stun Q, your W can like outlast that whole thing to reduce all that. If she just hits you with 2 procs of a Q, same thing.
So here's my reasoning
she
why
has like a series of small bursts.
So here's my reasoning why I don't think Poppy was the right pick. Even considering Rakan, they're gonna Black Shield him anyway when he goes. So the Steadfast Presence isn't gonna work. I think Poppy blind picking is very difficult. I think Ornn would have been good here. Yes, you don't have a way to stop Rakana's Ornn per se, but neither does Poppy considering there's a Morgana in the game. And I think Ornn is just a very strong champion in general.
Yeah.
So we'll see if it matters. We'll see if having a Poppy is going to be enough to stop Piplup from engaging with that Rakan, jumping over the spectator delay. We're already into the game. This is the final game. It determines who is second and who is third. We'll get into it.
And the last game of OKLCS as
OKLCS
well.
Summer.
OKLCS Summer, yes. But yeah, so last game of this split of OKLCS as well. So good to be rounded out the season. It was a good season. Playoffs were fun. Had like a few internet delays. It delayed us like an hour or two, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
So Shroombear and Levi's both with Grasp of the Undying in that top lane. Not a whole lot of unexpected keystones on either side here. Piplup.
He's doing that like kind of creepy. What's that dance
The
a reference
Oompa
to?
Loompa.
Yeah, it's the Oompa Loompa dance, right? Buddy do. Oh, they've got a nice little thing going here.
Like, it's the beginning of the game. We don't really care for this level 1.
Levi is very trusting. Skolden gets even deeper.
I trust you.
Levi does not flinch no matter how close these OU players get. And it looks like they're all going to start returning slowly.
This is true sportsmanship.
Wow, that's a lot of trust. That is a lot of trust.
Yeah, nobody even attacking. True sportsmanship there.
Whew.
GSM. Alright, so both junglers starting up on the bottom side of the map. Skolden does get hit by the first Q of the game from Seymour. Now Shroombear silencing up Levi's on his way to the top lane. Gonna get bone plating on both sides. Whatever. You expect to see this Garen shoving in onto Poppy, silencing him up every time that comes off a cooldown for a favorable trade.
Yeah, thanks to the Q and the spin, Levi's gonna have a little bit of a tough time. Yeah, as you can see there, he's gonna have a little bit of a tough time making these trades work.
Gotta be careful about how much minion aggro you're taking there from Shroombear, though. And Waldo already found Waterbear at level 2. He's got a red buff running, so he's slowing him up constantly. He doesn't have Arctic Assault at level 2. That's not what you take. He doesn't take it till level 3. Red buff and Flash Auto for first blood from Waldo.
Ooh,
Bone Skewer, meanwhile, getting onto Piplup, but he's able to get away from the stun.
That looked pretty familiar to that Kindred game from earlier. That Zen has so much damage. It doesn't matter if it's Trundle, Sejuani, or Kindred. It can absolutely blow up all of them before level 4.
Guys, and Shroombear just continuing to trade up here, but Waterbear at level 2 goes for the Scuttle Crab. It's found out by Waldo, who just jumps all over him. No Arctic Assault from that Sejuani until level 3. Oh, Waldo! He comes in. He's still got it.
No
He's
flash.
got double buffs. He's gonna rip apart Waterbear, and there's nothing he can do. He's gonna watch him start the red buff and kill him off again.
OU not faring well today against the Xin Shao. That exact same thing happened to OU from a different team earlier. Kindred getting killed at both buffs. Or, well, not at both buffs, but twice in the jungle in the early game. So not a good start for OU here. Xin Shao getting the snowball running very early.
Piplup does land a Gleaming Quill, but takes a Mystic Shot in return. Skolden using the Tormented Soil just to push the wave away. Takes a little while for the Morgana to have enough points in the W to really shove the waves very effectively. Tormented Soil does modify damage based on the lower the health the target is. Golden gonna get Black Shield himself up. Try and pick up the CS. Lotus and Piplup as Xayah Rakan just shoving in onto the bottom lane. Levi's trading in onto Shroombear, doing a fairly good job just using the Hammer Shock as he runs in for the silence. Gotta be careful here because here comes Waldo. He's gonna jump onto him with a heroic charge. Pops the steadfast presence, trying to keep up with him. Looking for that auto attack with the shield. There's gonna E over the wall onto him. Does get a slow off. There it is. Waldo on a killing spree, chasing down Shroombear through the flash. Good. 3-0 start for Waldo, and that is not what you want to see when you're facing down GSM.
I know, wow. I'm just like sitting there like, oh man, this Xin Shao's about to start really running a clinic in this game. This is how you play Xin Shao. Oh boy.
Flip and Lotus, they're going to look for the knockup. Does get it onto Silver Spade, throwing the feathers through, but they're not going to get the Blade Caller root off. Silver Spade looking to go back in with a Bone Skewer if he can. Here comes Waterbear for a gank onto Seymour, looking at the Arctic Assault, but he flashes away from the second part of it. And he's only level 3 on this Sejuani, just took a tower shot, so we'll get chunked a little bit.
Well, he does at least burn the flash. Seymour now has no flash and no mana, so... Oh wow, Skolden very low as well though, so looks like both mid laners are going to have to back off pretty soon.
Yeah, there's a Bone Skewer from Silver Spade. He's going to look for the sun, but straight down the middle of the two members of OU, not going to find one.
Silver Spade has had a tough time of landing the stun on this Rakan, which I mean makes sense. Rakan has the dash, but good on Piplup for not letting these stuns land from Silver Spade. Ooh, that was a close one.
Shooting at the Bone Skewers. Fishing for one of the members of OU.
Nice one.
Shroombear now going to get jumped up by Levi's. He's silenced up. Levi's is getting shredded by that Judgment. He's going to get another silence here fairly soon. He'll back away. fairly big wave in favor of Shroombear starting to build towards Levi's, but he's got the Corrupting Potion stack running. They're gonna come out. Oh! Gets spotted out, and the Gleaming Quill comes out, but OU's recalls are interrupted just by his very presence. Levi's going in on Shroombear, does not quite get the stun. He's got his level 6! Shroombear gonna chase him down!
Flash auto ult? Nope. Giving up the
Flash.
chase.
He didn't have flash.
Didn't have flash.
Levi
Yep.
splashed away. Very dangerous there. A fairly sizable CS lead in favor of Naked Beekeeper in the bottom lane, actually.
Wow, I mean, I guess that must be a big part to Silver Spade's harass. It's been a bit more effective than Piplup's. Piplup's dashes have been used mostly defensively after Silver Spade hits a pull and goes for the stun.
Yeah, and now GSM didn't note that Lotus and Piplup recalled. They're going to start shoving this wave out. And Levi's has to be very careful. Lotus, or Shroombear still has that ultimate. He's going to QR, and he will not. Yes, he will! Gets the last bit of damage he needs to finish off Levi's.
Was that from, what, minions? What was that?
It had to be
Yeah,
minions,
I guess it had to
right?
be the last couple minion autos coming out there. Well, good pickup for Shroombear no matter what. Zinshao is the villain. Zinshao also pretty fed, but it's also pretty bursty. So a gank on the Garen when Garen has ult could be slightly risky.
And not a lot of respect out of Levi's for that Garen ultimate, but here we go. Waldo gonna get stunned up. The right of the Arcane, though, from Seymour is gonna give him some support. Waterbear flashing away. Waldo has double buffs, but he's gonna get jumped on by Piplup, who flash ignites him. Shutdown goes over to Waterbear, and he'll get himself double buffs.
Alright, well, Waldo goes down on an invade that looks promising at first, but after a flash away from Waterbear,
Dark
not
Binding
able to
gonna
close
connect
the
onto Silver Spade. He's gonna pop the Soul Shackles for Skolden as well, but Silver Spade
Oh.
is able to get over the side. A flash comes out too late from Skolden, not quite at the right angle either to keep that Soul Shackles on.
You can kind of see what he's thinking there with that flash, but it was too late. The tether was already broken. We'd have had to flash a little bit sooner to make sure it stayed on.
Yeah, when you're playing champions like Karma and Morgana and you're planning to flash to keep it on, you should do so preemptively.
Or else it's just wasted after the
or else
fact.
it's wasted. Silver Spade has to get away. Piplup looking for the knock. I'm not going to find it. Silver Spade able to juke around. Keeper with the Tear of the Goddess plus Sheen is continuing to build himself a lead. Waldo and Levi's stealing away the red buff from Waterbear. Poor guy. Clearing out the Raptors
wait,
as well,
Waterbear
but
could be in
he's
trouble
got
here.
Levi's. Levi's is here. He's going to hero charge him into the wall. Stun comes down, and Waldo is going to get himself a 4th kill of the game.
Nice roam down from Levi's. Nice pickup by Waldo.
Waldo's just like,
Got
hey,
all their kills.
Waldo says, hey, come here, let's go invade, and they all follow him. 4-1 on Xin Zhao.
Yeah, we have seen Waldo do fairly well, and then GSM still lose due to Waldo getting picked or locked down. So we'll have to see if they can keep the ball rolling this time, not start losing to your occasional pick here and there.
They're gonna silence up Levi's and do a fair chunk of damage onto him. Levi's just kind of trying to survive in this lane at this point. Throwing out this silence comes down. Shroombear gonna throw out the ultimate once again, but it's not gonna be enough to finish him off this time. But he needs to be careful that he just gets silenced and auto attacked as it is. Shroombear
doesn't want to eat a lot of turret shots, but might be pretty close to picking this kill up
Shroombear has
finally.
flash. Here we go, Bone Skewer not gonna connect. Levi's has the Corrupting Potion running.
He has the grass proc up. There's the shield though.
They're not going to get a kill this time. GSM just have full knowledge of everywhere Waterbear wants to be because of that all those control wards and wards in the red side jungle of OU that they've locked down. There's a Scuttlecry going over to Waterbear as he's spotted out by the Scryer's Bloom. They're going to find one control ward here.
And back into the jungle. They're traveling together now. Don't want to run into Xin Shao anymore and getting with the 1v1s. So,
moving forward, looking for Naked Beekeeper here just to zone him away. Takes a few more Mystic shots than I think was worth it there. Silver Spade looking for something.
Piplup might be in trouble.
Get the Bone Skewer. The Ignite used onto him. He's going to follow in with the True Shot Barrage coming down. He's going to get the ultimate off. The Death from below does not connect onto Piplup. Silver Spade not able to finish him off, and he's got enough healing from Summoner here on the Gleaming Quill to survive. Big misplay from the bottom lane of GSM.
And that could have very easily been a kill, honestly. Piplup was so low. That ultimate was kind of like he was trying to hit both of them and then ended up hitting up neither of them. What's the phrase that goes with that?
What do you mean?
There's a phrase
Oh,
about
you
like
mean like he who tries to catch two hares shall catch neither?
yeah. One of those. Anyway, he tries to catch both of them, ends up getting neither of them. Kind of a bummer.
GSM starting to push in, however. Regardless, Lotus is all by himself here, but Water Bear coming to turn it around. Naked Beekeeper wandering pretty close there. Waldo on his way down towards that bottom side, but he's just taking his own recall. Now the Mountain Drake started up by GSM. Piplup throws down a ward, but he's going to get pulled in by the Bone Skewer. Will dodge away from the stun with the Grand Entrance. Levi's struggling in this top lane continuously. The Silence going to come out. Meanwhile, Glacial Prison has been used, but Waterbear going to get pulled back in by the Bone Skewer in the backline. Waldo is just ripping apart Lotus. He flashes away, and Waldo will fall to Skolden. Silver Spade now trying to finish off Skolden. He does not have the Death from below, but it doesn't matter. Right, the Arcane snipes down Lotus and Piplup as Skolden finally falls to Silver Spade. Flash Silence ultimate from Shroombear solos out Levi's, but it's a small consolation for the 3-for-1 bottom.
Oh boy, so we still got a lead for GSM, getting close to, it is 2.5k now. Pretty substantial lead, being only 13 minutes into the game, but nobody has taken a objective yet.
Bone
Just
Skewer
kills
from
so
Silver
far.
Spade does get the
Nice
stun
stun.
onto Water Bear, but he's a little bit alone here. You gotta worry about the combo coming up from Piplup. Water Bear very low, but the Death from below does not connect onto Water Bear.
Once again, not quite, I mean, for one reason or another, not landing the ult. Good thing Seymour showed up to help save the day there as well.
Well, they're taking away his own red buff in the meanwhile. Seymour very low on mana, needs to get over there and take a recall or pick up a blue buff or something. Blue buff going to be handed off to Skolden on the side of OU. Piplup clearing out some vision.
And nobody's really just been going for objectives. I'm surprised. There really hasn't been much aggro or dives for turrets or anything.
Watch out for Waldo. Very scary Zin's out at this point. Naked Beekeeper having a field day with all of these minions under tower. Already has himself a lead. Almost has that Trinity Force as well.
So we've got a 25 CS lead in the bot lane, a 30 CS lead in the mid lane, a 30 CS lead in the jungle, all
Wow.
for GSM, and then lastly, a 30 CS lead for an OU player, for Shroombear.
Red buff handed off to Shroombear of all people in that top lane. I am again perplexed by this Trinity Force Garen. I just don't think it's as good as Black Cleaver on Garen. I think you can...
Or just even going full lethality, in
I
my
think-
opinion. I
yeah.
feel like even that would be better.
I agree. Dark Binding going to connect, but Waldo's here. Skolden goes in with the Soul Shackles, pops the Zanyas, but that just means Waldo's able to walk up to him. He flashes under the tower, but Waldo going to follow. Right in the Arcane finishes him up, but the Glacial Prison comes out to get the return kill. Waldo now level 10 to level 8, but does he fancy his chances against Water Bear? Yes, he does. He does so much damage. Gets the knockup, but here comes Shroombear trying to turn the tides. One more auto will finish him off. He gets the stun, but no, he comes out too late. He's silenced. He'll make it a 2-for-2. Levi's finished his teleport, but he's now level 9 against the double of Shroombear. Now he's in a bad spot. Gonna get silenced up, spun on by Shroombear, doing a lot of damage, trying to get onto him, silences him up. He's still got the ultimate coming down, and there it is. Levi's gonna burn to the red buff.
Nice pickup by Shroombear now, 4-1 and 0.
Yeah, I think good root onto Lotus. He'll get the stun off and death from below. Dodged by the Featherstorm. Piplup goes in with a combo. Lotus is going to turn around a lot of damage. The Ignite is enough for Silver Spade to pick him up. Piplup able to run away, and the teleport coming in from Shroombear canceled.
And almost a double kill, if not for that ultimate of Zaya's dodging away from Pyke's ult. And that is a big part of the reason why Piplup's able to get away at the end of the fight.
Yeah, otherwise that would have been the reset on that death from below for Silver Spade. Would have been able to use it yet again. Just blow through the health bars of OU. Now it's over 2,500 gold in favor of GSM. They're hammering away at this bottom lane tower. Piplup's on his way, and Water Bear is in the area.
The 2.5k gold lead in favor of GSM.
Coming in with the
It's-
Arctic Assault.
It's kind of what we talked about earlier, where so much of OU's gold at the moment is on this Garen, because he's got more than half of their team's kills, and he's the only one in this game who's ahead of his opponent in CS. So that's where a big amount of their gold is coming from, and they're still 2.5k gold down. So
And again-
in the 4v4, a little weak at the moment.
And again, I think that the Trinity Force on this Garen is a lot of wasted stats. You're not getting off a lot of autos when you're spinning, so the attack speed and the Spellblade aren't as good on you. But Waldo gonna come in onto Shroombear. He's gonna live for the fight. He actually jumped onto a minion, but they do enough damage. There's the ultimate coming out, but it's enough from Waldo to shut down Shroombear.
I think if first is your goal, that Lethality and Garen has more to offer in this department. It's actually kind of crazy sometimes
Yeah.
how much damage Lethality Garen can do.
Honestly, Black Cleaver on Garen is Black Cleaver on Darius is also very efficient, but Black Cleaver on Garen is so very efficient. You're probably getting more out of it than Trinity Force after just like 2 ticks of your ultimate. That's a good interrupt on Water Bear, but Levi's has still got to make it out of here, stunned up by Water Bear. Turning around the hammer shock damage, he's gonna get a shield. He'll be able to walk it out eventually. Unless he fancies the fight in the extended one. And yeah, the hammer shock doing a fair amount of damage onto Water Bear.
Channeling
There's
those
a good
corrupting
pull
potion
onto
procs,
Piplup.
helping get a little bit of extra damage. I would not get near Waldo right now. 6, 3, and 4.
And what is the rationale behind Skolden's Boots of Mobility Morgana mid? I think this is very unorthodox and highly suboptimal.
Just trying to get back to lane faster after losing lane against the Xerath.
I mean, you're not getting you're not getting Ninja Tabis, so you don't have reduced damage from Waldo specifically and Naked Beekeeper. You don't have Tenacity from Merc Treads. You don't have extra damage or CDR from Ionian or Sork Boots. I don't think the mobility boots really is benefiting you a whole lot as mid Morgana.
Yeah, and plus, like, once you press R on somebody, you're not getting that movement speed. So if your goal is like to get a good ult off, I mean, we just take Boots of Swiftness, I suppose, for the
It's-
if you
yeah.
could actually be
Which
faster.
is also not worth it, I think.
Well,
Sork
no, I
Boots
know, but I'm saying if that's all you really want, I don't know why you'd pick mobility boots for that either. And we haven't seen much roaming from Skolden either, like to even make
Yeah, so
use
what
of
is the
the.
what
the
is
boots.
the point of these? There's the good bone skewer onto Piplup. Not gonna get the sun thanks to the grand entrance. Yeah, like what is the point of these boots of mobility? It's really not benefiting you at all. A lot of damage coming out of Naked Beekeeper. The True Shot Barrage actually chunks Piplup pretty low. Waldo coming down into the bottom lane. He's spotted out, but he doesn't care. He's just gonna come into this bottom lane and force them back. 4 members of OU hang around the bottom side as well, but Skolden heading back towards the mid lane. Oh, here we go. Oh! Death from below is enough to finish off Piplup, I suppose.
So that, yeah, and he had the shield, which was making him have a false sense of security because, as we talked about before, Death from Below does not give a crap about your shields.
Yeah, if you're below the health threshold, it just executes you, not doing damage, just killing you outright.
Ergon ult style.
Yeah, GSM are going to pick up that tower in the mid lane for Tower First Blood, and now Water Bear might be in a bad spot, going to get jumped downhill. Arctic Assault over the wall.
I feel like that's another situation where, a little bit more game knowledge might help you out.
Silver Spade gonna go in, gets the Bone Skewer onto Lotus, not gonna get the stun right at the Arcane coming out. Water Bear gets a Glacial Prison onto him. Naked Beekeeper taking a lot of damage, but Lotus is gonna get executed there. But the tower does take down Naked Beekeeper, and knockout comes down to the Water Bear as he knocks away Shroom Bear. He's gonna get the Silver Spade is the villain, and Waldo in the back line trying to fight him off, but he gets peeled off by the charm. Skolden is able to root him in place. A shutdown goes over to Shroom Bear as he picks up a double kill.
Piplup sees that his team is not close enough, so he immediately backs off from chasing that Xerath any farther.
So now 2 towers to 0, a 3-for-2 in favor of OU, but they lost 2 towers at the end of it all.
Even more gold onto this Garen, and a lot of that gold that's, like we talked about, going into some stats that don't actually help Garen.
Guys hammering away at that top lane, knowing that Shroombear is bought without teleport. It'll be a while before somebody on OU is able to stop him. True Shot Barrage comes out to thin the minion wave, but Shroombear does a lot of damage to these towers. But there's the minion wave cleared out by Seymour, and he has to back away.
Oh, that awkward moment when Champion can't actually get the hit under the tower.
Oh, Levi's got to be very careful here. Piplup could have gone in on him, but does still have the steadfast presence. Shroombear in the bottom lane. Naked Beekeeper just trying to poke him away with those Mystic Shots. 5,000 gold lead. about in favor of GSM. Piplup going
Right,
for
damage.
this damage onto this top lane. Here comes Levi's. He's got the backup of both Waldo and Seymour. Waldo just gonna walk in. He's just gonna jump on the first person he sees. Piplup gonna battle dance away. Gets us the one to Lotus, but here comes Water Bear looking for the Glacial Prison. Waldo, but here comes Levi's coming in. The knock up onto 2 as Piplup goes in, but Waldo is just eliminating Lotus from the backside. He jumps in onto Piplup. Levi's takes him down with a hammer shock, and the damage raining from the backline from Seymour. Silver Spade gonna look for the stun on Skolden, but he does have the Soul Shackles and the Black Shield, and he'll run away.
Man, so much damage out of Waldo. All of that, all those 7 kills he got before that fight started, really making him a high damage boy. And he just comes and cleans up that backline.
Oh, wow.
Even though the fight's looking a little mixed. And wow, 22 minutes into the game, they're going straight for this Baron.
Got 3 members dead, the most fed member of OU bot lane with no teleport. GSM have nothing to fear going for this one. They even burn Soul Shackle, so it's not as though Skolden can come in and disrupt them. It's going to go down in favor of GSM.
All right, so we've got ourselves a...
Almost 8,000.
I know, I was about to say, like, almost. I was waiting to see if it... There it is! Ah!
Well, now it's
Oh,
less.
man,
It's
they went and
7,000
took out the
because
tower, you
the
know.
tower. 7,000 gold in favor of GSM. They picked up 2 towers bot thanks to the push from Streambear, but small consolation in exchange for the Baron that GSM just picked up.
They now have White the lead, up 1 tower, down a dragon, but that's okay because they are up a ton of gold from the CS and Baron gold that they have picked up over the
Water
course
Bear
of this
really
game.
wanted to get this Ocean Drake, but it's not going to be in the cards today. He's stunned up. Arctic Assault's even eaten by Silver Spade to make sure he can't get over. Death from below, a little bit too late. Seymour already picked up that kill. GSM with 5 members here are going to pick up this dragon in exchange for the tower top.
Looks like they're going to pick up the tower and back. So is Garen. They're all backing. It looks like they're expecting the enemy team to go mid lane, and they are, and they're heading there to do their best to defend it. Unfortunately, I think the only decent-ish wave control they have against Baron minions is going to be Xayah. She has to be careful of getting pulled in by this pike and blown up by this Waldo.
Bone Skewer gonna pull in Skolden. He'll take a Mystic Shot to the face and another one of those Arcano pulses.
Wow, that turret just gets melted down by the Gwynsu's Triforce Waldo.
Yeah, Waldo
Just
is...
calling him Waldo at this point. It's convenient to say, honestly.
Levi's gonna get jumped on by Shroombear once again. It's just a tank fight. Don't worry about it. Someone will come and tip the scales before anyone dies.
And it looks like it's gonna be OU. They have their
Oh,
whole
man.
team
Levi's,
here.
No!
They're actually giving up an inhibitor for this kill.
Wow, 5 members just jump on Levi's in exchange for that inhibitor. 4 members of GSM with Baron buff rip through it.
I mean, I guess it's a 4v5, but it looks like they're not going to get there in time.
Oh, Piplup's
they're
gonna
going
force it. He doesn't land the recombo. Waldo kicks him out with the ultimate, and the Dark Binding not gonna connect. Sure Shot Barrage and Mystic Shot take out Piplup. And Rite of the Arcane gonna come out. Waldo rips Skolden to pieces. Rite of the Arcane now coming down. Lotus takes a lot of damage, but he does successfully shut down Waldo. Sterex Age pop by Streambear. They pull him in with the Bone Skewer, but do they really want him?
Then Shao got a little bit overconfident there, jumped into a 1v4 with the help of only Xerath ult, and it helps him pick up 1 kill, but then he goes down. But wow, they just sent everybody bot to get Poppy and let Inhib Tower go in the mid lane. I mean, I guess maybe they thought, you know what, this is going to go anyway eventually. It looks like we're not going to be able to hold out against the Siege, because they have Xerath Ezreal, Insane Poke, and then they've got Pyke for the hooks to help secure the kills, and Waldo just to melt the tower and pop anybody that comes a little bit too close. Ends up being tough for OU to hold, and I guess they just say, we're done holding this, let's go get Poppy.
OU trying to defend this bottom lane inner. They are now staring down super minions coming in the mid lane. GSM take their recalls, spend some hard-earned gold, start heading out for that what could be their final push. Silver Spade almost steals the blue buff. Just ends up bone skewering in Water Bear instead.
Got like an 8.5k give or take gold lead in favor of GSM now, so this is where they were at last game. Although this time around, I think they have the sustained damage that they would need to close out a game, even if they fell behind.
Yeah, and I think OU is significantly lacking in their team composition just by... I don't think this... I think you have to pull off a lot to make this Morgana mid work. No way of keeping them in the Soul Shackles really.
Yeah.
You have to engage perfectly with Piplup and then combo it perfectly with Scoldin's ultimate. And it's just a lot to ask
I
for
think
to
Piplup
execute.
so often makes me miss Pokemon, but
It's a lot to ask for from this team composition.
Hmm.
Mystic Shots just coming out from Naked Beekeeper, Ezreal, Xerath, just so much poke to come out. Look at that Water Bear chunked down to half HP. He's the tankiest member of OU. Maybe. Shroom Bear might be.
maybe. All right, we've got Poppy in the top lane, pushing that wave, and it looks like it's starting to be a pretty fat minion wave. Gonna be at the tower very shortly.
Bone Skewer gonna
Nice
pull
pull
Piplup
onto
over the
Piplup.
wall, but he's gonna grand entrance back to safety.
Got 5 members here in the bot lane. Can they even win the 4v5 at this point? I honestly
Tower
don't know.
goes down in the top lane. You're gonna have to worry about Levi's here fairly soon. You're also gonna have to worry about Minion Wave, but Water Bear gonna throw out the Glacial Prison. It's not gonna connect thanks to the Arcane Shift from Naked Beekeeper. Silver Spade running away, doesn't land the Recombo, and he'll get stunned up. Nothing from OU can land.
Man, and the engage fails, and that is their biggest fear. They have Poppy and a giant minion wave on the top side. They are now debating whether or not to send members up here. The wave is finally dead to tower. Unfortunately, Poppy doesn't do much damage herself to the tower, but she's got another wave here. She's still pushing. Sejuani's now up there. And GSM is now in a 4v4, as they can very clearly see. It looks like they are going to not go for the inhibitor yet. Maybe.
GSM, they're just playing it safe. Piplup gonna take a big chunk of poke to the face before he has to back away. Mystic Shots just raining down. Tormented Sword thrown out. Dark Binding not gonna connect. GSM just trying to
Poppy's still
find a
just
way
waiting
in.
the top lane, honestly. I mean, maybe they're just stalling for Poppy. I mean, if they send people to deal with Poppy, they can get this inhibitor.
Now,
Alright, there's
Levi's-
Water Bear.
Yeah, Levi's is gonna
They want
actually
to fight
go in
them.
onto Water Bear, just trying to put down damage onto him as GSM finally get position and pick up the inhibitor. But there's Waldo getting caught by the Dark Binding, gets knocked up, and a lot of damage coming down. He is gonna get taken down. Featherstrong comes out just to make sure that Lotus survives, but it's very low. Levi's knocks in the Keeper's Verdict onto Water Bear. Now Shroom Bear gonna chase him down. There's the silence going down on Naked Beekeeper. He'll flash away. There's Seymour. He's the villain, but he gets a stun onto Shroom Bear, but he's chasing him down. Silver Spade very low. The ultimate available for Shroom Bear, but he's getting kited so well. Bone Skewer gonna pull him over the wall. There's the ultimate, but Death from below takes him down. What Piplup will make it out, but the True Shepherd Rush finishes him off. Seymour on the run. Water Bear gonna slow him up. Just trying to get onto him. Scolding with a Dark Binding available. He's gonna use the Stopwatch to dodge away from it. Naked Beekeeper just doing damage as the Arcane shifts around. Riding the Arcane, rains down. Looking for it. They will finish off Scoldin.
Poppy gets that tower in the top lane as well. 2 members of GSM go down. 3 members of OU go down, and they pick up the inhibitor and a top lane inhibitor
Naked
tower.
Beekeeper might have stayed a little too long. Water Bear gonna get onto him. Press the E. We'll get the stun off. Can he get in for the auto attack? No, the blue smite comes down, but Naked Beekeeper will get shut down.
All right, so it appears that Water Bear has learned how to use the stun. I'm teasing, but as you can see from the range there, that Swain from a long time ago was definitely in range of that thing. I digress, though. That was last game.
So now they pick up the inhibitor bot. Exposed inhibitors both top and mid for GSM.
All right, there is a Baron up now. Looks like Water Bear is going to go throw a ward on it before backing, if backing at all at this point.
And this is over 11,000 gold in favor of GSM.
If they just back and head straight for this Baron, I don't think there's anything OU could do at this point.
The game is all but over, honestly, in favor of GSM. We've seen worse. We've seen OU come back. Not quite from this much, but we've seen them come back before.
I think it'll be tougher against this
GSM.
team comp.
They're gonna start it up.
GSM is infamous for their Baron throws.
Alright, teleport coming in from Levi's to try and help him out with this one. They're going to back away as Shroom Bear just running in. Levi's going to go and rejoin his team. Here comes Scoldin. He's going to get jumped on by the Heroic Charge, but the Dark Binding keeps Levi's from chasing. Silver Spade looking for a Bone Skewer target. Going to pull in Piplup, and he's going to take an Arcano Pulse. Dark Binding gonna go wide. Here's the right of the Arcane. Who's he sniping at? They're gonna jump on Water Bear, who Arctic Assaults, but he's not able to clear the wall. The tower, Nexus Tower just went down in the bottom lane. Piplup going very low. The Keeper's Verdict has been used by Levi's, but he's gonna Heroic Charge, stuns up Water Bear into the wall. Bone Skewer pulls him back in. Death from below comes out. Waldo takes him down. Silver Spade gonna Death from below to follow with the stun. Piplup gonna go down. He's will fall, but they will take down Silver Spade with him with the Soul Shackles. Lotus pulls the feathers through, but Levi's is a very tanky boy. Is gonna get the jump onto Lotus, and he will take him down with a Hammer Shock. Double kill goes over as Shroom Bear executes Naked Beekeeper with the ultimate. He's gonna spin around, but he's gonna go down eventually, and that'll be the ace for GSM.
All right, and with Super Minions in the base, taking out the other Nexus turret, that's going to be the game. That's going to be the final game of Platinum and the OKLCS Summer Split.
GSM with the victory
That was
will
in
take
sync
down
as heck. Oh my
will take
goodness.
down OU and claim themselves that number 2 finish.
Whew, all right, so that is everything.
Yep.
That is all of the playoffs. So do you want to recap who placed
Yeah,
what?
so at the very end of it all, in Platinum Cap, we just finished it off. Oklahoma Platinum Rush with a 4-2 finish will take number 1 in OKLCS Summer for Platinum Capped, followed by GSM at 3-3 after playoffs, and 2-4 is the finishing playoffs record for OU Platinum.
All right, so OGR joined the ranks of all those who won Platinum before them, as well as their first place brethren in Yo Girls DMs and
In
who is-
Diamond.
in
and
Diamond, yes, and
Eyes
then in
Low
Gold
in
and Eyes
Gold.
Low, yeah, yep.
Yeah. So that is the conclusion to OKLCS Summer Playoffs and the OKLCS Summer Split as a whole. So as a result of that, this is our final stream of OKLCS Summer. So thank you all who have been with us for this entire split. Thank you for watching. It's been a real blast. Please do join us for the OKLCS Fall Split, starting up here. Registration opening fairly soon.
Yeah, registration opens up in probably like what, roughly a week, maybe a little less.
Less than that.
Yeah, less than that actually. Yeah.
And of course, the split as a whole starting towards the end of August. So please do join us for that. We love to have more teams in the OKLCS. In any case, that's all for us today. Alex HNA22 and Jack Loves Lamp Counts. We're signing out. Hope to see you for OKLCS Fall.